it's super fucked up. What does this mean? I was on my way home and left my bag with my tablet in a friend's house. I'm meeting them somewhere to go get it, but I won't be home all day. Oh yeah. Take it out. Okay. Kids are totally gonna pay attention to that. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. Was that your favorite gun that you shot today? Okay. I'd say so. It's pretty awesome. Is it an AR-15 or what was it? Okay. Okay. Ow. Any word on anyone else? Phil, David, right? Phil and Andres. Phil and Andres. Like my company's group, we actually we did some mock sessions because we were just doing that before or while volleyball was going on, and we're starting a real campaign like this week, and everyone's having fun with it. So hopefully it's going to go well. We have a passive barbarian in the group, which is interesting. What's what? What am I doing? Let's see. Usually I have bowling, but that's about it. I rarely go to bowling though. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Awesome. What time y'all starting Wednesday? 6-ish? Okay. Yeah, usually I don't get off work until like 6. Cool. Well, thank you. Yeah, hopefully we can get together sometime soon. This weekend actually would have been perfect, but nah, it's not your fault. Once LSU football calms down, maybe like for an away game or something. Holy crap! Oh, that's why it was so hard, because it was an expert lock. Makes sense now. Six what? Viewers? Wow, that's pretty cool. Too bad they're probably gonna leave before everyone gets here. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. The new Skyrim. You know how they remastered Skyrim and they released it again? It's not that much different from. Yeah. Yeah. Ow.
What's up?
What up?
Yep. Finally have the webcam. I know, right? Yeah, I just read it before I sat down. I don't think we're gonna do much. I assume we're gonna like chill. Okay, cool. I will probably most definitely vote for at least going to town so I can get reagents. So I assume it's pretty much setting up for tomorrow, honestly. So.
Do we have horses, by the way? Did we get here on horseback or did we walk?
We walked.
God damn it. Okay.
I don't even know how expensive it is to get horses in this game. Probably like.
What happened to our horses anyway? That we. Okay. Just making sure we still have them, maybe. Until they get back and they were stolen.
Wait, what was the reason behind walking and not taking the horses then? Oh, that's right. That's right, because we got there in the caravan, but then we had to walk back. Yeah. Cool. I mean, we got boatloads of gold now, so shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah, we got a bunch of gold.
So it's gonna be what, 3 of us for the next hour? We're missing half the group. Okay. I'm gonna mute myself for the next 5 minutes while I eat.
The highlights are so much better in this.
When the cold of winter comes, starless night will cover day. In the veiling of the sun, we will walk in bitter rain, but in dreams I can hear your name, and in dreams we will meet when the seas and mountains fall, and we come to end of days. In the dark I hear a call, calling me there. I will go there and back again.
I'm not yet. Did it just come out? Probably on Reddit. Let's see. Haven't seen it. Where is it? Game of Thrones season. I haven't seen it. It's on the front page yet. Did it just come out?
Yes.
I just saw the poster.
Am I what? Oh yeah, yeah. No. When is it? Oh my god. Shit's gonna go down. Holy shit. I imagine the sex scene. I mean, I say this every season, but I imagine the sex scenes is just gonna be insane. It's like a whole bunch of destruction. Last season was, in my opinion, the best season so far.
Yeah, Battle of the Bastards was hands down
Oh
the
my
best
God.
episode in that series by far. It
I
was
love
like
how normally, like when you watch those type of shows, like you know what's gonna happen, but I legitimately had no idea what was gonna happen at the end.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that would make sense if it was.
Yeah.
If they would attack any other place.
Season 7 is probably going to deal with King's Landing.
Oh, that could be it. Hmm.
Hey.
Phil. Shit. I did not realize this guy was a boss. Hold on.
I get that all the time.
Here we go. Poof. All right. So where we last left off, you guys had just finished demolishing everything that was in this castle for the most part. You have a captive bugbear, specifically King Clark, who is essentially the head of the Cragmaw tribe. You have disposed of everyone that was a threat to Gungren. You have him. There's still a bunch of things to do in the castle if you want to. As far as NPCs go, you've got 2 big important ones here with you. The remainder is up to you guys. I'm going to roll, so fair warning, I'm going to roleplay V and Parathrax while we do this. Neither of them are going to, when I roleplay characters for you guys, it's not going to be too much flavor of anything. It's going to be simple actions, basically just kind of dummying their work for them.
Yep.
Okay. Cool. Any questions?
Who wants to tame an owlbear?
Owlbear.
All right, ready to go.
All right.
So where's King Grog right now?
He is right in front of you, to the right.
He's roped up right beside you.
Yeah.
All right. Does anyone want to put him in a chair so we can interrogate him? Is he still knocked out?
I think he's still knocked out.
He is out.
Okay. Let's put him in a chair.
Do I need to roll perception to find a chair?
We'll assume there's a chair in the room. It's basically a large meeting chamber where there were.
Oh,
I think Era's right on top of the table.
yeah,
cheers.
I am. I want to walk
Stand
over
there.
to the doppelganger and kind of investigate him a little bit more.
It's really hard to describe. I mean, when you get to her, it's really hard to figure out a sex of this thing. Basically, completely androgynous. It's got no real mouth. It's leathery blue, slackened skin hanging off this skeletal frame. Very tall. Actually, a couple inches taller than what it was actually portraying as the drow. Probably actually about 6 or 8 inches taller. It is a horrifying creature now that it is dead. When it puts on its mask, it can be whatever it wants, but without that kind of conscious attention to detail, it's a horrifying sight. Clearly not natural, put it that way.
Okay.
And as you inspect, roll perception real quick.
Yeah. Oh God.
Starting off strong.
It's a 4.
All right, well, how do you point that 4 in a direction? Give me a spot that you want to look at.
I mean, am I on top of the doppelganger?
Yep.
Can I just look straight down at the doppelganger?
What are you
Just
looking
kinda
for? Like,
inspect-
what part of the body are you looking at? Is what I'm trying to get at.
Well, I'm not sure if my character knows this yet or not, but I overheard yesterday that it had a heart. I mean, a blood droplet on his chest. I'm not sure if I knew that or.
So, one of you guys perceived that, specifically Parathrax did.
Okay. Okay.
As far as I remember. So for the sake of argument, Parathrax comes over with you and is also looking as well, and it kind of instructs you to look at the chest. So with that 4, you do kind of notice what's going on. There is, in fact, it's almost like a depression right over where this thing's heart would be, specifically a heart in a human, in the shape of a teardrop. And it's pressed in to the skin about a 1/4 inch, and is red on the inside, very clearly red.
Okay. Do I remember that teardrop from my backstory? Like, is that it? Does it look like a blood droplet, like it would be a part of Baal?
No.
No.
It is not something that is related to your backstory.
Okay.
It is very weird that it exists. Kind of peculiar at this point. As far as noticing other things, there's nothing on this shapeshifter. Everything that it was wearing, it generated itself. Hence all the loose skin. It would actually think about clothing, all of that kind of stuff, and it would appear. No possessions of any kind, no pockets, no nothing. It is just a disgusting blue corpse, pretty much.
Oh, what about its daggers or weapons that it had?
You want to look for the weapons?
Yes.
Roll perception, please.
10.
So as you look toward the right hand, what you can see is what appears to be kind of a bony indentation. And as you reach down toward it and grab it, that bony indentation kind of climbs out of the arm. It is a sharp object that it can extend from its wrist. As you scan the other side of the body, however, there is a glassy-looking obsidian dagger on the ground.
Okay, I picked that up.
Okay. As far as scanning the rest of the area, there's really not much around that corpse anymore. Just kind of a dramatic death, but not much else.
I'd like to go through any of the armor on the bugbear, see if he has anything of value on him before he wakes up.
So for the sake of argument, the two of you, V and yourself, with Pup's assistance, nudging you along, kind of hoist the bugbear into the chair, push him back into the chair. He's significantly larger than this chair. This is a small human-sized chair, and he's kind of overspilling every edge of it. You get him into the chair, and he's kind of groggily rolling about, and you pat him down and look for what he's wearing, but he's currently wrapped up in rope for the most part. You can tell that he's wearing studded armor. It's studded leather armor. It's a little thicker than normal. It doesn't appear to be anything special. He is, however, carrying, at least on his back, there was a sheath full of javelins. Those javelins each are surprisingly special. For some reason, they look like they're very old. They have some scroll work on them. There's 3 of them. And they appear to be extremely sharp. They're not bladed. They are down to a very fine bullet kind of point, but the point itself is incredibly sharp. If you go anywhere near this thing, if you breathe on it, it's going to cut you. And there's 3 of those.
Yep. So I will walk around the room and gather them, because at this point we had scattered them.
There is, one was kicked away from him, one was stuck in a door, and one was still in the sheath.
Yeah, so we're going to pick up the ones we can and hand them to Parathrax, put in the bag of holding.
Cool. So Parathrax greedily takes them, looking at them, actually putting his thumb on it and pricking himself. From there,
Gray.
there are 3 now. They're not spears; they're javelins, big fancy javelins.
yeah,
For the sake of discussion, spears have big bladed points. Javelins usually come to a very small point made of a similar material.
Gray, I noticed that King Groll had a Morning Star as well. You might want to go check that out.
Yeah. Do we know where the Morning Star is at the moment? I know we disarmed him.
Roll perception.
He was.
That is a 9.
Hard to really tell what's going on since everything's kind of happening quickly. But what you can tell is that he had a Morning Star with him. It's going to be somewhere in the room, probably cast somewhere during the fray. You pat him down, it's not on his person.
I tell Pup to go search the room for it. So she starts looking under the table and around that area.
You lean toward Pup and you kind of make a swinging motion trying to describe what you're looking for. She's scanning around the floor looking for it, and she kind of nudges it out very slowly because she can only really move the handle at a time. So this large, heavy, leaden Morning Star ball is kind of dragging on the ground, and she's pushing the handle toward you. That's attached to a chain. You reach down, pick it up. It is a very large, extremely awkward Morning Star. He looks like he made it himself. The chain looks like it came from a large hanging chandelier that he just kind of cobbled together. The head of it is a piece of gilded stonework. It was taken off of one of the entryways to the building. Big gargoyle head that he just dipped in some metal somehow. So the whole thing is basically a large, like 50-pound metal ball that appears to be a head of one of the gargoyles that was on the railing on the way in, kind of guarding the entrance of the house. He took it as a souvenir and just made a weapon out of it. And the handle is it's basically a small tree log that has this big, huge spike of just wrought iron rammed into it to hold the chain in place. Wielding it will be impossible for a human. Just absolutely impossible. It is larger than a heavy weapon.
Yeah. So I look at Aaron and I say, does this seem worth holding on to?
I mean, I'm no expert on Morning Stars, but that looks a little ragged to me. I'm not,
May not be worth the wait.
Right, I'm not sure if anyone would want a Morning Star anyway. I mean, Parathrax has his sword, and I don't think anyone else can really carry a Morning Star, so we might as well leave it.
Yeah, agreed.
I turned to Gundren. How are you doing, Gundren?
He's kind of catching his breath. He's standing up. I'm doing fine, thankful to all of you. I guess I hired the right people, huh?
Yes. Yes, you did.
Where's Sildar?
Sildar is actually in Phandalin. He was looking for someone. Anyone recall their name?
I don't know if he had a name, but he was looking for a powerful wizard in the area that carried a glass staff.
Was it Ulbrich? Was that his name?
Sildar is looking for Albrecht. Yeah, we spoke about that before we parted ways.
Okay. Yeah, he's back in Phandalin. Trying to
That
look.
was- We saw him about a week ago.
Now, there's a more pressing matter here, gentlemen. Where is the map?
What are you referring to?
The what? Map?
You stormed all this way. You killed all of these goblins. You restrained a bugbear, killed a guy who was holding me hostage with a knife to my throat, who happened to just decide to change shape. Weird. Where is the map? You must have come across it. The whole reason we're here is the map. Where's the map?
We
have
don't
not
have the map.
seen a map.
Hanging his head.
I don't know.
Son of a bitch. Where is... You have no idea.
We came
yeah.
after you.
Yep, we came looking for you. And we know that there's still one room that we haven't checked, and we haven't really examined many of the rooms here with caution.
These filthy little
Fine.
goblins took the map from me, brought me here, knocked me unconscious, tortured me for days. The map is the whole reason we are here. Where do you think it may be? Do you have any clue?
Would he know where it is? Pointing to the bugbear.
I don't know. And Gungren walks over and slaps him with an open hand as hard as he can, jarring him awake. The bugbear is growling around, realizing that he's restrained. Instead of the anger that crossed his eyes, it turns kind of to a submissive gaze. It's just kind of, all right, what?
What were you doing here with that thing? And I point over to the doppelganger that's dead on the ground.
He kind of looks at the doppelganger. Wow, you killed it.
Yeah. What were you doing here with it?
I'm under orders. I don't
Under
have much to
orders
say.
from who?
Well, to be frank,
Who did it take orders from?
Black Spider.
What do you know of the Black Spider?
Never met him. Only know that he's got a lot of clout. He can pull a lot of weight. He's been sending me objects, stuff, things to fill this castle up with and keep people out of. He's made my clan extremely strong. As far as
And
meeting
why-
him, never done
Do
that.
you know anything about a certain map?
He kind of smirks. You don't know where the map is?
Or you want to
over-
tell us where the
I
map
walk
is?
over to him, drawing a blade, and I lay it right on his finger. He will tell us where the map is.
One thing you will learn about bugbears, freak. So we don't feel pain like other creatures do.
I cut his finger off.
Sits there and smiles at you. Could have used that.
All right then. Hmm.
All
Can
of you
I roll
roll,
it?
roll
Can
perception,
I-
please. All of you roll perception.
11.
I rolled an 11 too. Pup got an 8.
All right. For the time being, all of you try and inspect something. You can give me a location, and if it's close, I'll give you more information about it. But for now, it's a bad roll.
In like in the bugbear?
Yep.
Does it
I
have
wanna-
any pants? I would like to see if it has anything in its. If it has, I don't know.
Okay, so
some,
you're looking
like,
at the waist. Gray, what are you looking at?
I want to look around, see if it has anything around its neck, like it's got a key on a necklace or something like that.
Okay, Era, what are you looking at?
I don't know. Just give me a second and I'll tell you.
Okay. I rolled a 22 for perception for the second one.
Okay, we'll get there in a minute. I need to see what Era's looking at first. We're gonna see if anybody's in the right place.
I'm gonna look. Is this a fire? Can I look to see if it's like burned, or if there's like little pieces of paper?
So you
that
want to
may
ignore the
have been-
bugbear and go back to the fire and look around the brazier and see if there's anything in it.
Oh, yeah, sure. With that 12.
Okay, so you're crossing the room. The two of you guys are looking at the bugbear but don't notice anything, and I'm not really sure why he's not reacting to pain. You know that his statement is basically a blind gloat. There's every creature feels pain. You cut off his finger, he didn't react. Something else is going on. As far as what, you had no idea. Era, you go over to the brazier and you're looking around in it, kind of sifting through with the poker that was there to keep the room warm. There's nothing amongst the coals. It just looks to be a simple coal brazier. Was recently lit. It's still warm. It's not on fire anymore.
Mm-hmm.
As far as the map goes, there's no sign of it there.
Okay.
Gungan walks over to the bugbear, pulls out a knife from his belt, which he was still armed but bound and unconscious. Nobody cared about disarming this guy. They weren't afraid of him at all. Pulls out a dagger, slams it into his knee. Where is the map? And is staring at Gungren's or Grull's face and just basically eye to eye with this thing. Grull doesn't do anything. Looks at the dagger, looks up at him, and tries to headbutt him, but can't reach. Gungren backs up, starts the room. We need this map.
I'd like to roll insight on the bugbear's like body position and see if he's just full of shit.
Okay, you're looking to see if he's telling the truth?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, is he just gloating and pretending he knows where it is, or does he have information?
Okay, so we need insight into if he's telling the truth on what statement.
On whether he knows where the map is or
He's
not.
never said anything about if he knows where the map is. All he said is that you don't know where the map is, chuckled at you, and then you guys have started stabbing him with things. Or cutting things off.
That sounds like our tiefling. So, in that case, I will ask him, Bugbear, do you know where the map is?
Of course I do.
Well, it would be in your interest to tell us.
Why would it be in my interest to tell you anything?
If you tell us where the map is, we'll let you go.
What
Free
point do I
home.
have in living in? You've killed my entire tribe.
It was easy.
If you tell us where it is, we'll kill you quickly. How's that?
I've already told you, we don't feel pain like the rest of you.
We will make you feel pain.
Good luck.
What do you want for the map's information?
Safe passage. 3,000 gold. And a horse.
Where will you go?
None of your business. Meanwhile, Gungren is like rifling through things. He's looking around, tipping over tables, getting more and more frustrated, realizing he cannot find this map.
I want to go into this room and check this door that we haven't explored.
You gonna push that door open?
Yeah.
Comes
And
open
you
easily.
find a bugbear.
There's nothing really beyond it. Essentially, it's a small storeroom that's been emptied. There's like basically nothing in there. There's shelves, some ruined pottery, but this was a storeroom for this banquet hall when the castle was in use, and it's been looted and destroyed for the most part.
Okay.
So Gunren is making his way around the room, and he gets to the bed. And as he puts his hand on the bed, Grohl kind of stiffens for a moment. Gungren doesn't notice any of this. He continues about. He's pulling the sheets off the bed, doesn't see anything, gets frustrated, continues back around the room. He pushed over the brazier and is kind of sifting through the coals. He's trying desperately to find this thing.
I go over to Grey Castle and I whisper in his ear. You might want to check over by his mattress over there. It seemed that he was a little bit uncomfortable whenever Gundren.
I make a signal to Pup to have her go sniff around the bed.
What is she sniffing for?
She is sniffing for parchment. So I assume there'd be a piece of paper or something else on the table.
Sure.
And so I show her that and as a sign of saying, see if you find anything like this.
She gets close to you as you hold this part. It's basically a correspondence from the table. Put it down to her nose. She kind of sniffs it deeply, starts to scan around the room. She comes back immediately with another piece of paper from the table and gives it back to you.
And I pat her on the head because she did well, but I point to the bed and say, over there.
As the two of you cross the room together, you're leading her to the
Mhm.
bed. Roll. Wait. And is trying to tell you to stop. Don't move the bed.
Can I go over there and check for traps?
Sure.
Is it investigation or perception?
Because perception is looking for something. Investigation is looking at something.
I gotcha. That's 16.
Okay. So as you scan the bed, you're kind of feeling along the posts. It appears to be completely normal. Grohl is still stop. You don't find any traps there.
Okay. What do you want?
Just trying to save your life, Tiefling.
From what?
Well, that thing you killed bewitched the room. In particular, bewitched my bed.
In what way?
You move it, sleep in it, any of these kind of things, it'll kill you.
He'll kill you?
It'll kill you. The bed.
The bed will kill you.
The bed will kill you.
I'd like to see if he's lying.
Roll.
That's insight, right?
Yep.
That is 15.
Yeah, he's full of shit.
All right. I tell Gray to that or that you're safe. You can check the bed.
I kind of shoot him a look and I move the bed, trying to look like it just. Is it a mattress? Is it like a frame?
It's a bed. It's a wooden framed bed with a mattress on it.
I'm gonna flip the mattress.
As you flip the mattress, Grawl hangs his head, and you can see very clearly there's a leather satchel under the bed.
Okay, I grab the leather satchel.
Okay.
And
as you
look
do,
inside.
and open it, Gungren runs over to you, grabs it from you, and opens it, and immediately sees the map he wants. He pulls it out, takes it. It's in his hands, and he walks back across the room, pulls out a knife, and stabs Grawl directly in the forehead. Like, no heed to bone, nothing. Just puts the knife through his head. He's dead.
Hey, nice. Okay.
Grawl's dead.
Girl's dead.
Okay.
I
Bastard,
look at
and he's
I look
looking
at
at the
Aaron
map,
and
and
say,
he's checking through it. He's got everything he needs. He's happy, and he starts to thank you guys again.
Gundren, can you tell us what this map is all about? What is this map?
This is why we're here. This is Wave Echo.
What is Wave Echo?
Hang on.
Oh, that's okay. I,
that moment you
I'm a
realize we've been
low
talking about this
wisdom.
since week 1.
low wisdom person.
Well, I was not here
What
week
is-
1,
What is
so
Wave Echo? I've just been here killing people.
Gungren. All right, so Gungren, here's your question. It's like, that's why you were hired. All of you were protecting my supplies to get to Phandalin that I could give to my workers to help me finish excavating Wave Echo Cave. I was attacked. This information that I was holding with me and Sildar was the only piece of evidence that anybody knew about for the maintained existence of Wave Echo, where the spell Vorge is.
So that holds the location of Wave Echo. Is that what you're saying?
Well, it would seem to me, based on the events of recent, you will still be needing our assistance.
I can pay you.
What's the payment?
Well, if you get me back to Phandalin safely with this map, I'll give you each 1,000 gold.
We have one fallen comrade to deal with. Can you wait long enough for us to take care of that first?
Of course. I'm so sorry you lost someone in my pursuits.
That's quite all right. Thank you.
all right.
It would be in
So-
our best interest. Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
It would be in our best interest to also rifle through the caffle and make sure there's nothing else of interest or value that may be helpful in our journey.
I agree.
Yeah, we also have to deal with bugbear. Sorry, with an owlbear.
Yes. Do we know?
I would personally suggest, since I personally don't have many spell casts left today. I'm very tired. We could attempt to set it free somehow, if possible, and avoid combat.
I'm confused. Why would you... There's a captive owlbear in the castle. You know where it is. It's stuck there. Everything else is dead. I need to get safely back to Phandalin, and instead you want to enrage this monster?
Devon, I appreciate your enthusiasm, and as much as I would like to meet an owlbear, don't think this is the time.
I agree.
Fair enough.
We can always come back and see if it's worth taming at another time.
For right now, let's rummage through what this castle has. Maybe we can find something that's worth our while. And then when we're done, I suppose Parathrax could carry Saros as far as he can. Or maybe we can make a makeshift something to carry Saros back so he doesn't have to lug around all that weight. It's up to Parathrax, though. If he thinks he can handle an elf, then, I mean, by all means.
Parathrax kind of nods his head quietly. I'll carry it.
Very well.
Okay.
I guess we'll try to look from room to room and for anything that is of value.
So that first storage room that's off to this, you said has already been looted?
There's nothing in there. Essentially, okay, so you're welcome to do exactly what you guys want to do as far as describing the area and what's going on. This is a castle that has been inflicted with goblins. They are filthy, warmongering, disgusting little creatures. Everything they can use, they have used. There's nothing perishable in here at all. It's filthy, it's disgusting, it's full of crap as well as just random provisions. Their weapons are crude, their armor is crude. As far as possessions go, there's almost always a horde, and you have not found the horde.
Yeah.
I would, since the bugbear was killed, I would like to examine its armor and take it if possible.
It's just so you can take it, sure, that's fine. It's studded leather armor.
Just a normal, like, what is it, +1 from normal out of their armor?
Yep.
All right, so I take it from him.
Okay. You roll him out of this filthy armor. It's usable, passable, surprisingly, but it's filthy.
Okay. I just put it in my backpack and carry on.
In that sack you guys took, there's also some vials clinking around on the bottom of it. It wasn't just a map in there. He kept it in the same place he keeps all of his stuff. You get the sense that Grohl didn't know what these 3 potions were, but you recognize them immediately. Each of them is a greater healing potion. So 3 greater healing potions, and there's a few pieces of what looks to be a kind of bluish silvery metal in the bottom. A few large square chunks that have a stamp in the middle of them. And you guys know that this is electrum. There's about 10 pieces of electrum in there as well.
Oh. Electrum's new. So I'm meandering through the castle looking for anything we didn't cover or any potential.
So Gungren is with you, and he's just walking with you and seeing all the corpses you guys have left in your wake, and he's becoming more and more impressed. As far as the timing goes, he's a little impatient. I mean, putting it simply, he is the first one to find Wave Echo in 200 years. He wants to get back as fast as he can. He's been way late for a week.
Yeah.
I would like to check this room that I think it's this one. No, this was the one with the cards. There was another room with...
The room you're just in, 5? Okay, so stop. Davin, you need to roll dexterity, please.
Saving throw? That is a 17.
As you crossed this threshold into this room, you set off a tripwire. No one was looking for anything. You were just kind of scanning around the castle. This is one of the traps that was left for you. You guys didn't go that way. And as you kick through that tripwire, the tripwire pulls down a column that was holding up the ceiling, and rock falls. Essentially, several hundred pounds of rock fall down on you, and you're very dexterous, apparently. So you make your way free of it, but you do take a bunch of falling damage. You take 3d6 of rock damage from falling rocks. 13 points of damage.
Okay.
It is an empty castle now, but it is still a dangerous castle.
Right.
So in all the rooms that we've gone through, I'm assuming the only room that we haven't been in is the room containing the owl bear. Is that correct?
So far, yes. The only room that has anything of value in it is the storage room over here in room 5. Sorry, not 5 for you guys, but it's where I'm pinging. That shows there was a bunch of swords and other things. Although all the weapons and armor that were looted from the caravans were stacked here, pretty much, and they were used to arm the tribe.
Gotcha. Yeah, so I just stepped in. We good on traps? All that
Yeah,
stuff?
fine.
Yeah, okay.
The other one. That one.
Yeah, so I pat Devon on the shoulder, say, sorry, thank you, and kind of awkwardly shuffle past.
He's dusting dust off
Yeah.
his shirt, pulling pebbles out of his pockets.
And I would like to see what I can find in here.
In the meantime, Vorathrun is asking Gungren if he can see the map. And Gungren is extremely hesitant about handing it over. But instead of giving it to him, he holds it out in front of him and says, "This is for your service. I will trust you with this." And he's showing the location of Wayveko to Vorathrun,
Okay.
which appears to be in the south, and it appears to be to the southeast of Phandalin.
Okay. All right, so we are looking through the room for anything of value or use.
Cool. So as you look around the room, there are very obviously weapons everywhere. There are several small casks around, not very usable. You see Sildar's gear in the corner, which you guys have all recognized. Sword and chainmail, nicer than the rest of the junk that was out. There's a couple
definitely
ornate
got that.
pieces that would basically be equivalent to buying something Chinese that travelers were carrying to protect themselves, but are not really, really usable. But
Mhm.
amongst all of the trash in here, there are other things that are usable. There's a couple longswords, 2 of them. A couple bastard swords, which are a little bit longer than a longsword, and just essentially give you a little bit extra reach. Several spears, 4 of them. 3 shields, all of which are wooden with some iron bands. They're basically look like doors that were made into shields. As far as armor goes, most of the stuff that was in here has been worn by the other goblins. It's just junky trash. The stuff that's in here is essentially a pile of clothes, tunics, just stuff. But the weapons are the usable things, and you've got those if you want them.
Can I roll Arcana to see if any of them are magical?
So you're gonna lay them all out on a table and kind of look at them.
Yeah, and just kind of like feel if and I can feel any magical aura or
Sure.
anything
Go ahead and roll.
emanating off. 20.
As you look around, all of the things on the table that you've kind of laid out in front of you, these are very clearly mundane, and as you touch your hands across each of them, you feel no spark of anything divine. As you put your hands on Sildar's objects, however, his sword is unusually warm to the touch, and his chainmail glistens a little bit as you run your hands across it. Both of his objects are magical.
Cool.
And for the sake of your roll, that's a keen longsword. That's what it is. So it's got a +1 to attack rolls. And as far as the chainmail goes, it is magical only in the way that it will adjust size and has 1 extra AC on it. That's it.
I think Sealed would like his equipment back. No use in keeping it for ourselves.
Mhm.
So you put everything in your packs. Gungren is finishing showing Vorathrun the map, and it's where's the exit? We need to leave. Let's go.
We should be on our way. Let us return to where we hid Sayros.
Yep.
You all exit the building with no molestation of any kind. You make your way over to the edge of the forest where you have gently laid your friend. He's sitting amongst brush and is carefully covered with a traveling cloak. He's laying kind of prone, obviously, but looking up or looking anywhere. Eyes are open, looking up as you pull the traveling cloak to the side. Parathrax gently cradles him, picks him up, and slings him over his shoulder very carefully, and is holding him like this as he walks. Roll perception, all of you.
25.
Gray, as his arms kind of unfurl and extend over Parathrax's shoulders, that Fey dagger is glowing in his right hand.
Does anyone else see that?
See what?
His
Great points.
dagger is still glowing with some sort of energy.
And as the rest of you focus your intent on this dagger, it is very obviously still alight with magical energy.
I grab it.
You grab it.
Yes.
Okay.
Roll initiative.
Damn it.
As you grab the dagger, you can feel the warmth of it. His hand is not gripping it, but it is not leaving his hand. This is the same magically laced kind of lattice work of what appear to be a very, very fancy burn all along his arm is not glowing, but not allowing that blade to remove from his hand. It's not moving.
Seems as though life still remains in him, at least in terms of within this dagger.
So you want to check him for life?
Yeah, sure.
Go ahead and check for vital. Well, Gray should do that, actually. Sorry, Gray should do that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
11.
Elven physiology is very similar to human physiology, and you reach up and you look for a pulse. You feel nothing, absolutely nothing. You try on his wrist, nothing there either. You even go and try for Phalan's vein back here and feel nothing, absolutely nothing. He is dead. He's 100% dead.
There's nothing. I don't know.
But what could his dagger mean? Why is it glowing like that? When was the last time it glowed like that? Whenever he picked it up, correct?
I was unconscious at the time.
Every time he uses the dagger, it is a light. Every single time.
Every time you use it, it's a light,
Michael is attuned to that dagger.
right?
Every time he uses that dagger, the scars and etchwork are a light on his arm.
Mm-hmm.
The dagger itself glows with kind of almost like a fairy fire-like glow. It's purpley glow. And when it strikes a target, it deals flame damage to it, fire damage to it.
So the dagger glowing is not uncommon, but it shouldn't be glowing now by any previous experience we've had with him using it.
Yes.
Perhaps something strange happened to him in the Fae when he tried to bring it back.
Possibly. Well, let's get him back to Neverwinter. Or
Yeah, I wonder if a cleric at Neverwinter can
I'm
give
sure
us more
someone
answers.
with more medicine.
So for the time being, you
Knowledge.
carefully arrange the travel cloaks that you're obscuring his body, and by consequence, the dagger in his hand still. You do notice that the dagger that was in his other hand, just the simple keen dagger he had, is on the ground. Has no magical affinity to his hand at all. You can do whatever you want with his possessions, but he is on Parathrax's shoulder. Parathrax is walking.
I pick it up for him and just put it in my bag.
All right, so dagger goes away, and the party of you guys is now Parathrax with deceased Cyros on his shoulder, Gungren at the lead, walking carefully but still walking. He was very badly injured, but has since recovered from all the magic you guys have bestowed on him. You guys are making your way out of the woods down a similar path that you took to get here, and it's kind of weird that Gungren knows this path.
Gundren, have you been here before?
He kind of scans around. No.
How
Do
did
know where we're going?
Well, to be honest, there's bodies in a line from the woods here. You can't see these bodies?
Well, that's not the way we came.
For the sake of clarity, you guys have made your way back around the castle and have gotten right here. Where you
Okay.
entered.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, sorry. No, I wasn't clear about that. And as far as the bodies he's talking about, he has immediately found all of the bodies you left in the woods.
So these that we killed when we
He's
ambushed
hide
them.
him very well.
Guys, I just found out how to move both my characters at once. This is a great day.
Okay.
So he's pushing aside brush, ignoring the bodies you left in a line, and is kind of walking into the woods.
We
Well,
follow.
I guess we follow our employer.
Cool. All right. So we'll say time passes. You guys want to take a quick break on the road? So you want to do?
Yeah, what
Yes,
time is it right now?
please.
It's got to be pretty late, huh?
So all of this was happening in the early evening, and you guys have made your way away from this shitty castle to get away. It's probably approaching 7, 8 o'clock as you exit the woods. You're gonna make it through the woods and end up not on the goblin ambush. Sorry.
Hello, goblins!
You're gonna end up right about there. Sorry, there. One sec. There, where you entered.
And we're heading toward Phandalin, or
Phandalin, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
So for the moment, you guys make camp. Parathrax gently lays Michael into, or Cyros into a, essentially what is just a bunch of moss and shrubs. Very carefully putting him down, almost laying him on a bed of boughs. Covering him up, and this time he closes his eyes. Dagger's still alight, it's still glowing. For the meantime, you guys collectively make camp, and you're all seated around a fire. You have a simple meal of just kind of road bread and dried pork.
I turn to Grey Castle and tell him, "Hey, Grey, would you be by any chance able to find snakes around here?"
Pup and I could go hunting if you are still hungry.
Well, it's not hungry. I need one of the new spells I learned. Requires a snake's tongue, and it would be very beneficial if you can find the snake's tongue specifically. And if you can find honeycomb, that'd be great, but not as important.
Okay, Pup and I will go look for it.
Thank you.
So Pup and I get up from the fire. I give her what little scraps of food I had left because she is still antsy for more. And I bend down and say, "You ready to go hunting?"
She's excited. She's like bouncing up and down.
So we walk off into the woods.
Okay. As far as searching for what he needs, we're going to roll through perception rolls because they exist in this area.
All right, so both me and Pup are rolling perception. I rolled a 9. She rolled a nat 20.
Okay, so you're scanning the woods, looking for any sign of what you think would be where a snake lives. You don't have much of an idea. But very quickly, Pup bounds off into the woods and is apparently fighting with something, wrestling with something. She comes back with a limp snake in her mouth. It's just a simple garter snake. Just not poisonous, couple green bands.
Mm-hmm.
She spits it at your feet and kind of smiles at you.
Yep.
Pup smile.
I give her an ear scratch, and then I take out the keen dagger of Saros, and I basically just cut the head off the snake.
Okay. You toss the rest of the woods, and she thinks you're playing fetch. Goes back to you.
I use this opportunity to try to teach her fetch and throw the snake a little bit further.
Okay. We're going to have you each. I'm going to roll for her, and you're going to roll a d20.
Okay. 5.
Yep. She brings the snake back, drops it. That's basically it. Does not know fetch. Just is enjoying playing catch with you with a dead snake.
Okay, great. So we do that for a few more minutes, and then remember, he also mentioned honeycomb, so I'm going to see if I can find that as well. So again, perception.
Both of you.
15 for Gray and a 10 for her.
You're scanning around the woods, looking for what you know to be signs of bees. Everywhere you look, there are no honeycomb. There are no wasp nests, no nothing anywhere. It is dark. It's difficult to see around, difficult to smell anything. And the active bees that would be active during the day are not active at night. Can't find anything.
Okay. Yeah. So I head back and toss a snake head at Devon.
I catch it and say, thanks, Gray. Appreciate it. And I start cutting it with my dagger just to get the tongue out.
At that point,
for the sake of argument, you don't really need. It's not difficult. You've got plenty of time. You can spend the evening on it, cutting up the tongue.
Cool. And I just put it in my pouch or something.
Sure.
I'd like to examine the obsidian. Oh, go ahead.
Real quick, it will not keep for very long in the way you take it. So you know.
Yeah, I'll deal with it when I get to Phandalin.
Just put it on ice.
Assuming we get there.
Can I examine the obsidian dagger that I got from the doppelganger?
Yep.
What should I roll for that?
We're gonna roll. I guess insight would work. Yeah.
Oh god, that's a 1. Not natural 1.
All right. You're looking at the dagger. You can tell that it is not metal. It looks to be of some kind of stone that has been chipped away to form a blade. As far as other markings that exist on this blade, you can't really understand what's going on with it, why they exist, what they are. The handle's a different material. It's made of wood. There's a leather wrap on it. Got it.
Can I see if it's magical?
Roll Arcana.
God damn it. 6.
This thing is very strongly magical. Even with
Oh.
your crappy roll, you can tell it's magical.
Wow. Cool. Okay.
While we're examining what we have, I turn to Gray and Era and I show them the studded leather armor and tell either of them, are you interested in fitting this to your... Oh, well, hello. Would you be interested in fitting this to either of you? I know you two are much more prone to be close to monsters and more prone to get hit.
Well, I actually bought my leather armor from Seymour. Would you want a Grey Castle? I'm not sure.
I'll hold on to it.
Hey, buddy.
Maybe
So-
maybe of use to me later.
Let's give
Okay, I
1
just
minute
give
to
it to
fill
him.
in, Paul. Can you hear
Hey,
us?
we're
Nick?
just rolling new characters. So.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
So they have successfully interrogated a very, very awkwardly enchanted. Oh, didn't mean to say that. Bugbear.
Whoops.
Freudian slip.
Sorry.
Not like you
they
know
enchanted,
anyway.
They spoke to Grohl, figured out where the map was that Gunrun needed to find Way of Echo again that he had made on his first trip. You guys are currently with Gungren. You have just exited Cragmaw Castle. You are out of the woods. You have just made camp on the edge of the woods.
Did we find the owlbear?
They have not done anything with the owlbear. They left it alone. It was, remember how it was caged in that tower? They just left it there.
Why?
Probably a wise choice. But
Oh.
Because even though we want EXP, we also like our characters.
yeah, and Gungren wanted to get out.
And I
Gungren
have
wants out,
one.
get back to Phandalin.
As
He's
much
also
as I
offered
did
you
want to
each-
kill it, I have
I
one
wanted to
spell cast left.
communicate with it.
He's offered you each 1,000 gold to get him safely back to Phandalin.
Okay.
That's
Oh,
it.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. We on security, boys.
This went super well the first time, so what's the worst that could happen?
Yeah, he's
They
extremely
always
he's
come
extremely
back to
impressed with you guys and knows that one bodyguard in Sildar, even though he's like a well-trained whatever, didn't do a good job. You guys have just stormed a castle in an effort to save your employer. He's very impressed with you guys.
Bitch better be. I just saved his life.
And you lost Cyrus over it. Oh, speaking of which, you need to be filled in on that. Went back over to Cyrus's body. Parathrax picked him up, put him over his shoulder. As he did so, the dagger in his hand is still in his hand, and it is also glowing, as are the inscriptions on his arm.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Okay.
So they checked for like vital signs. He's very dead, but as far as
Very
the
dead.
dagger goes, it's still glowing.
Interesting.
Okay. So are we like on the road back to Phandalin?
You are currently
Or
in camp
camping.
outside of the Cragmaw Castle woods, the woods into Cragmaw Castle, and are on
Great.
your way back to Phandalin. You have about a day and a half, 2-day ride to get to Phandalin. Or
Okay.
Vorthrin. I
Cool.
show him the obsidian dagger. Vorthrin, I feel a magical presence emanating off of this dagger. Would you mind taking a look at it for me, please?
Vieira, the shapeshifter, dropped that, by the way.
What?
The shapeshifter
The
dropped
shapeshifter. Her
that.
name was
Blue, I
Vieira,
think.
Vyerth, which is cool.
I can absolutely do my best to see if it has any magical properties.
First roll Arcana. It's very magical. You're gonna see if you can figure out what.
Very.
Yeah,
Very.
it is.
Okay.
A 6 figured out it was magical. It's very magical.
Okay. Sweet. So I'm rolling Arcana. 21.
As you hold the dagger in your hand, you can hear voices in your head. You're holding
my
this
favorite.
dagger, you're looking at it, and you're feeling a presence from it. It wants you to put it in a body. It wants you to stab something with it badly.
Okay.
As far as
Alrighty.
the rest of the dagger goes,
so
it is
do I
a
feel
6-inch
this-
obsidian dagger. The wrap on it appears to be leather. It's not any leather you've seen before. It's awkwardly light in color. And as you look
Okay.
toward the bottom of it, you can see what appears to be the remnant of a tattoo.
Oh,
it
it's
is
human flesh.
human flesh wrapping the actual handle of it.
Neat.
It is securely fitted into what Era thought was wood, which is actually bone. It is very clearly a
Sweet.
thigh bone that has been severed, had a very, very large piece of obsidian securely pushed into where the marrow would be, and then wrapped with human skin leather.
Sexual.
Now, as far as the magic goes,
okay.
you don't know exactly what it does. It really badly wants to be in somebody's body. It wants to be stabbing someone.
So
immediately.
I'm getting that from like a
You're
voice
holding it.
that's using words in my head.
As far as it's not necessarily a voice verbally communicating to you, it is a divine,
But
not
I
a
get
divine
the
will, it's a
impression.
will. It is willing itself
Okay.
into a body.
And has anyone else caught this yet?
Nope.
So sorry, I just need a moment
Fine.
because like had to run over all over London.
As all of us have.
So
Just
Stay in
not
life.
Saturday.
okay.
Did you find anything else?
I feel a presence, a will. The dagger wants blood very badly. It wants.
As you say the word blood, a very, very small, almost reddish spark kind of floods, waxes and wanes out of the blade. It almost pulses.
Okay. This is clearly an object of some not entirely positive nature. It's malicious. It wants death and blood and violence. I don't think it would be wise for any of us to wield it. It may be best that we keep it and either sell it or even potentially destroy it, but I would like to hold on to study it at least a little bit longer before any of us use it.
As long as you promise to give it back to me.
Sure.
Very well.
I'm just wary of this thing.
I understand. I like to keep my positions.
Sure, I don't mean to take it from you. I just mean to warn you that
It's still in your hand.
Rather fearsome thing, it seems.
Well, if you do find out anything else, please let me know. I'm very interested
Surely.
in this dagger.
So I will keep it for now.
Yeah.
But we're at camp, you said, right?
You're in camp, and Era
Okay.
V just pocketed your dagger.
So I thought we were like on the road.
Nope.
If we're at camp, I'm just gonna sit there and for whatever course of time we're gonna spend, study the dagger, try to communicate with it, try to gain any more information about its properties.
You're going to stay holding the dagger all night?
Maybe not all night, but
I
also
keep a
if we're sitting
very
on
keen
camp-
eye on him.
Okay, as far as the duration of time you want to spend with the dagger, how long do you want to spend with the dagger?
until we go to sleep.
Okay,
I
so
will.
it's early evening.
I can
It's about
take it
8-ish.
after.
You're going to be heading to bed. First watch starts at about 10. The rest of you are going to
Okay.
go to bed in about 2 hours total, like sleep. You can keep first watch if you want and give yourself more time with it.
Sure, I will do that.
I'm
First
staying
watch
up
is 4
And-
hours. It'll be from 10 till 2. You'll have about 5.5, 6 hours with this dagger if you want it.
Okay, sure. if I can I take an action now, or do we need to resolve anything else?
You take an action if you want to.
I will take the dagger and prick my finger with it
Okay.
and see what happens.
So, Era, you're watching all this happen?
Yes.
Orthrud kind of takes his hand out of his sleeve, takes the dagger, and kind of gives it a little.
And
Pricks
just
The tip of your finger that was cut appears to be normal. The drip of blood that was on the blade immediately gets sucked into the blade. It is gone. It is consumed. The blade glows. The obsidian, almost clear, transparent, almost smoky, glass-looking object pulses with red light several times. And then
Okay.
kind of fades.
and does it?
And
Does
you hear
it,
in your voice, you hear a voice in your head that says,
Okay. Okay, so after that,
What the hell was that? I walk over to him.
well, seeing or being able to experience the will of the blade, I figured that it might be best to experiment and satisfy it. So I just pricked my finger, and the blood was absorbed into the blade.
as you're speaking, may you
And
roll
then-
Constitution, please?
Oh, for fuck's sake, did I just did I just KO myself? Oh no, fuck me. Shit. Is this a saving throw?
Yep,
Okay, 8.
an 8.
Oh no. Yeah, 8.
That same will that you felt from the blade earlier, that has now spoken to you in your head, is
Yeah.
getting stronger.
Okay.
You are feeling that blade trying to find its way back into more tissue more strongly than it was before. It is now moving on its own. It is not
And
floating,
I
but it is in your hand
experimenting
trying to
this.
control your hand. Roll Constitution again, please.
for fuck's sake. Please not a 1. Please anything but a 1, RNGesus. I would like to give anyone 3 guesses. What I rolled.
Did you roll a 1, Paul?
I rolled a 1.
Oh God.
Bye bye, sorcerer friend.
Oh,
Or warlock, rather.
The blade in your hand
Oh,
is
no.
extremely, extremely strong, and the last place it found blood was your hand, and it goes diving, almost diving with your hand. It grabs your hand, takes control of your arm, and you
Yeah.
push it through your own palm. The blade pops out the back, and you can see the blood in the area around where the scales have kind of parted with the. Obviously, you're screaming. Parted, being drawn into the blade.
So it is Era's right next to me, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
There, you can make a
can I-
reaction if you want to.
Am I
I think
Am I in my
Parathrax
own head?
Parathrax
Parathrax
is
is
over with
seated.
Gungren, seated.
Gotcha.
Dave, am I in my own head, or am I like at the will of this thing?
You're in your own head. This thing has taken control of your hand and used it to find more blood.
Can I try to
Right,
take
after
it
that
from him?
moment, Do I have
First-
control of my body?
Sort of. Era has just decided to try and take the blade from you.
I don't want to rip
Okay.
it out of him or anything.
I'm trying to figure out how to react to it and what like faculties I have.
Yep. For the moment, you just stabbed yourself. Era's getting a reaction to this for the moment. As far as faculties go, we can talk about like rolling to figure out what's going on. For the moment,
Okay, sure.
your arm has been claimed by this
I
blade.
fucking
You just
stabbed,
fucking stabbed yourself.
and
Era.
I'm just kind of in awe.
Era has done what? What are you doing, Era?
There, I want to try to pull it out of his arm.
So, all right, so you're gonna grab his hand,
Or
try and
his
pull the
hand.
blade.
It's in my hand.
Yeah,
So,
like grip his
this is him.
right and pull it out.
All right, you're gonna grab his hand and you're gonna try to pull it out. Roll strength.
Right. Oh God,
Yep.
Do I also roll strength?
Not yet. About to.
2.
Can't believe I rolled a 1.
What? All right, so you are tugging, and this thing is not moving, and it is clearly drinking all of the lifeblood of V through his palm. It is pulling
Can
out.
I- let go.
Can I,
First, you
can
take.
I try to move
Hold
it?
on. Fourth turn, you
Oh
take
my
9 points of necrotic damage. As you are physically having your life force pulled out of you. All right. What's happening?
4th one, let
I
go.
also try to I try to pull it out of my hand.
Roll strength.
Natural 20.
Okay, you get it out and you flick your hand to the side. It is
And
glowing
I
extremely
try to stick
brightly.
it into the ground.
All right, so the blade leaves your hand into the ground, burying itself. Basically, a hilt
Yeah.
exposed. There's a big hole in your hand that's not bleeding for some reason.
Yeah.
It is not bleeding, not
And
yet. Some uncomfortable moments
I
pass.
immediately.
Uncomfortable moments pass
I
where
was
there's
gonna
no
say, I
blood
immediately
welling up
do
from this
the-
wound, and then about a minute later,
Right. Okay.
blood starts to flow slowly. You've taken a lot of damage
Okay.
from this thing.
I hand him one of the
Yeah.
greater health potions that I
So
found in that stack.
after stabbing the thing into the ground, I immediately do the mom arm over the kid in the next seat in the car kind of thing, like to Era, and like back away from it
Okay.
and look at her and say, "The blade did this to me.
Yeah,
it
because
just made me do
with
this."
it.
Right,
Era,
but
for the
it
moment, you
just
don't know anything
took
about the
over
hunger in
my
this thing.
mind.
You just
What?
saw Vorthrin
Yeah.
prick his finger and then shove it through his
You
own
just
hand.
saw
You don't know
me-
why.
The blade just drank my blood and possessed me to stab myself. This is not something we should be tampering with. This is dark. This is evil. This is malicious. I don't think we should be using it. I think we should stow it away until we can get someone who understands what it is.
Well, how are we going to stow it away if one of us has to pick it up?
Put it back gently in its sheath, put it in the bag of holding, and we don't touch it again.
No sheath.
What?
There's no sheath. You wouldn't have been aware of it. It's just an obsidian dagger. No sheath.
So,
Okay.
I think-
Wrap it.
Very well. I'm going to rip off a piece of my clothing.
Okay.
I'm going to wrap the handle of it and try to pull it out of the ground.
Okay, so you get the blade free from the ground. You can see that it is glowing a very, very haunting red. It is very close to an iridescent version of the same color of blood that was pulled from Vorthrin's body. You are holding the blade, and even as you're holding it, though you're not touching the blade itself, or you're holding the hilt, you can feel the same kind of will that Vorthrin was talking about. It is pulling on you.
I quickly put it in my sack.
So drop it, throw it in your sack, and your hands are off.
Right.
Roll Constitution real quick.
Oh my God, rolling so low. 4.
Good. You want to avoid a crit fail. Nice job. You get it in the bag successfully, and although you feel like you are being drawn to pull it back out, you are resisting it.
Okay, I just put it away, try to tie it as many times as I can.
By this point,
Um,
neither of you have woken up. You're the only two people awake. The rest of them have already been asleep. This was during V's first watch. Era, you were watching him. The rest of them.
I address and kind of, put my hand on her shoulder and turn her around to me and look her very intently in the eye and say, "It spoke to me. It used words. It thanked me for my blood. Please don't consider using this on anyone
I'm not going to consider
until at least we understand what it does.
until we have someone look at it first. I promise you.
Thank you." And then I treat the gaping wound in my hand.
Do you want one of these? And I hand him the greater healing potion.
No, I don't accept the healing potion. I just find whatever bandages we have in our travel gear and wrap my hand.
Although the wound wasn't bleeding for a while, as all of the blood that was around was absorbed, after a while the bandage starts to soak, starts to turn red. This wound is still
Okay.
very, very bad.
Right. Not great. So I will just, after that point, I just sit at the fire and contemplate
Okay.
the dagger.
Sensing something is wrong, Parathrax rises and makes his way over to you and sits next to you at the fire. What just happened? What's wrong with your hand? What is going on?
Does he know about the dagger?
So he knows
Like
that
this-
Era took a dagger from Vierith.
Okay. Era found a dagger, an obsidian dagger on the shapeshifter's body.
Yeah.
And sensing that it had some magical presence, gave it to me. I tried to elucidate the situation and see if I could learn anything more. And I sensed
What did you do?
that the dagger wanted blood. I sensed that it wanted violence. So as
Immediately
an
after you
experiment,
say wanted blood and experiment, Parathrax does this. And he's looking at you and says, "You idiot."
I am alive.
He grabs your hand and looks at it. Barely. He's like holding it in your face.
And I like rip my hand away and say, brother, trust me on this. I just pricked my finger with it and it absorbed my blood.
He's like losing his mind. He's like,
please, we've handled the situation.
he's pointing
It
at your hand.
took
Like he's doing this.
control.
No.
It took control of my mind for a moment, and this happened. And it's stowed away now. I have explained to Era that it is not to be tampered with.
For the record, I'm going to fill
Nobody
on
will
this, and we're
touch
going to have him
this
roleplay
blade
this
again.
as well. But for the moment, Parathrax is extremely concerned. He's losing his brother to some random deity squeezing on his head, and now he cannot control his own limbs.
Okay.
So, for the moment, we'll get back to this
So-
when Parathrax gets back. Real Parathrax, not fake
Yeah.
Parathrax. But it's a point of contention. That's why I woke him up.
Right. So seeing he's concerned, I will do the brotherly hand over the shoulder thing.
As soon as you touch
And-
him, you can feel that he casts Hands of Faith and or whatever the healing spell he has is.
Lay hands.
What?
Okay.
Lay on hands.
Oh, lay
You can feel it through your hand, not even
Okay.
his, and you feel the wound start to close, a little
Okay.
way too fast. And for the moment,
Um,
you get 9 hit points back. You're fine.
I'll look him in the eye and say it was just a moment.
Idiots.
This
He
is
goes
not-
back to bed.
Another Ragnala. It was just a moment. It's gone. It's over. It's done.
He calls
It
you
was
an idiot.
foolish,
Goes back
I
to bed.
admit. Sorry?
He calls
There's
you an
some
idiot.
background
goes
noise I
back to
can't hear you.
bed. He calls you an idiot and goes back to bed.
Okay.
Down a little bit.
Someone's got background music going.
But that could be us from earlier. Sorry if it is. Nope. Not me.
Okay. Okay. I will finish my watch, contemplating at the fire, and go to sleep.
Cool. So for the moment,
Or try to
you go to sleep and you raise Davin, who's his watch is next. He takes his watch and the rest of the night goes relatively smoothly. Morning rolls around, time passes. It's about 7-ish in the morning when the sun crests over the nearby hills, kind of coming over the mountains that you can see in the distance and illuminating your campsite. As far as waking up goes, Gungren's first up. He's on his feet almost immediately. He's got a very small, looks like a little leather poster tube almost, and he made it before he went to bed. It's basically taken from a bunch of random pieces you guys had lying around in the bag of holding. That's what you and Parathrax were talking about. Quickly cobbled this thing together, extremely adroitly actually. Made a little poster tube for it, and that's where the map is being kept. The rest of the objects are safely in the bag of holding. V?
Did we, like, have we talked to Gundren about what just happened and who those people were and all that jazz?
Briefly. He specifically showed you the map.
Me.
You.
Okay. Sure. Because I have a lot of questions for Gundren. So I just didn't want to know if we have already done that or not.
No, we can do that now. So for the time being, you guys are going to exit camp, clean up, pee on the fire, make your way out, and start back on the road. You have about 2 days of travel. We can do any of the conversational stuff you need to do now.
He was in a hurry to leave, so we didn't
Sure.
have exposition time.
Right.
Okay. I will wherever we are. I'll saddle up next to Gunrun.
You're walking on your fake saddle.
And,
Yeah, we know.
I will approach. I will in a very normal fashion on my legs, approach Gundren and say, I know that what you just experienced was most likely very stressful, but I do have questions.
He looks at you. You think?
I do have questions if you are prepared to answer them.
I suppose I should answer all of my saviors. Yeah, anything you need.
Who was the shapeshifter?
As far as I can tell, the shapeshifter, specifically, her name is Vierith. She's filth. She
Vierith.
works for, maybe, she's an agent of the Black Spider. That's all I know.
Okay. Did you hear anything from your captors that might illuminate the situation? Who the Black Spider is, what they want, what they're doing?
They clearly want Wave Echo. As far as if they know what's in it or not, I can't understand why they would want to know the location of the place without knowing what's in Wave Echo Cave. So I suspect they want the Spellforge.
Sure.
I knew where it was. I made a map. Not very bright. Kept it with me, and they found it.
And did they pass it on to the Black Spider?
They didn't have time. That's what Vierith was there. She was sent to take me from King Groll back to the Black Spider.
Ah, fantastic. Then they don't have any information that they didn't have before.
They did interrogate me.
But they didn't pass that on to anyone else?
She pricked me with some fearsome blade.
But whatever you told them, they kept to themselves.
I didn't tell them much, but I felt like something was being drawn from me. Era,
Am I listening to this?
if you want to be.
Borthron, are you pulling him aside and talking to him, or are you like within the group?
No, it's just whatever we're in, like if we're packing up camp or walking or whatever.
You're walking.
Up to him.
Camp's been packed
Okay.
up. You are walking down the road.
Okay, then I was just, yeah.
You said he pricked you with some blade.
Some black glass-looking thing.
I like untie my pouch and I open it a little bit.
I immediately put my hand on his arm, on her arm, and try to stop her from taking it out.
I'm not taking it out.
All right.
Okay.
So,
I say, look inside. Is that the blade?
Era, dexterity. Roll dex. Yeah, we're gonna roll dex. Borthron, you're gonna roll dex as well, trying to stop this from happening.
Okay.
For the sake of argument, Era is just trying to open the pouch and point.
Yeah,
Borthron,
I'm
you're
just
grabbing
like
her hand.
I'm just overreacting to that.
Just a straight up challenge.
I rolled a 4, Dave.
Era.
15.
So before your hand even extends, she slaps your hand, slaps you in the side of the head, and then opens the purse and points. And is saying this.
Pointing.
Yeah, pointing. Gungan leans over and kind of nods. Yeah, that's the one.
What did it do to you?
I don't really understand what happened, but it stabbed me and bled me, but I didn't bleed. And I felt like my blood was going somewhere. I don't know.
This may sound like a very peculiar question, Gundren, but did it say anything to you?
It was laughing in my head, and it said thank you.
That's what happened to me as well.
Why?
I gave in to my curiosity and pricked my finger with it last night.
He kind of laughs at you.
And
Idiot.
it seems like it has a similar effect. It is. This
I don't know who
seems
was
to me
making me,
extremely
but
dangerous.
needless to say, it was bad, and that's why I was unconscious. I was bled by this
It was
thing.
very bad.
As far as what they know, it had access to my head. I don't know if they know where it is. I don't know what happened.
Okay. So they're no closer to finding the cave than we are.
As far as I know.
That's fantastic news. Well, I think that's all I was curious about for now, and I'm glad to see that you're in good health again.
Thanks to you, I am. I'm very grateful.
And I'm done with all my pointed questions. I just continue walking.
Okay. So the rest of you kind of make your way back. You're still walking kind of in this little almost single file-ish line. We'll say time passes about midday. Anyone want to do anything?
I would like to remind everyone that about the red brands that are in Phandalin, and that they know specifically that there are 2 dragonborn people that attack their people. So we might want to tread carefully whenever we're about to approach it.
That is a very good point.
Yes,
I
I had
can-
forgotten that.
Very astute reminder.
So many ways
wonder-
that could have been fun.
I wonder if my brother and I should even enter the town at all. If anything, we should most likely use the cover of night and try to stay on the outskirts.
Well, I can disguise myself as someone else. So if we need to have any business in the town, I can take care of it if anyone needs anything particular.
I too have a disguise.
The other option, which may or may not be terrible, is we were already planning on coming back to deal with the red brands. It's not going to help much if they don't already know we're coming. So if we go in weapons drawn, they don't have any sort of advantage over us.
Gungren's listening to all this. What the hell are the red brands?
Long
They're-
story.
We clearly have time,
seemingly
Bard.
a
You
band
tell
of
stories, so tell me the
organized-
story.
There's seemingly a band of organized misfits that are operating under someone called Glassstaff. But
He's shaking his head.
they're not doing anything good for the town. They're demanding taxes for protection. They're roughing people up.
He's mumbling
typical-
about power vacuums and how stupid the society is that humans live in.
Power vacuums, political structures, fucking shit.
Exactly.
But it seems that most of us are in agreement that we need to do something to protect the town.
Didn't
I
you
don't
guys
think
say
it would be the
Sildar is in
wisest
town?
choice to walk in weapons drawn.
Didn't you guys say
Sorry,
that
Dave.
Sildar is in town? Gungren's saying this.
Whenever we left,
Sildar is still in town.
Why is he allowing this nonsense? I don't understand.
well, he's looking for
We don't know.
Ulrich whenever, and he thought that he was in Phandalin. I'm not sure why he didn't deal with the red brands himself, or if he did whenever we left.
He may very well have at this point. All we have to do is see, but
So maybe the best course of action is those of us that are not immediately recognized can go in, get a lay of the land, and we can decide from there.
I agree.
Okay, so we'll say time passes and you guys want to approach Phandalin?
Yes, I would like to take time to put a disguise, just like change my appearance a little.
Yeah, me too. Definitely hiding.
I know Eric can. Davin, do you have a disguise kit?
I do
And you're
in
proficient
my
with it?
pack. It's part of the bard.
And you're proficient with it?
Yes, let me just double check if the entertainment pack has.
He's a bard. He's proficient in everything.
Fair enough. Okay,
That's how bard
I'm
works.
so we'll say the
99%.
previous evening. Huh?
I'm like 99. I can confirm,
You're,
but
you're
I'm
fine. I'll trust you for now. We'll figure it out later if it's a problem. So for the evening, you spend time creating a small disguise. What do you want to disguise yourself as? I can give you a mustache and glasses if you want.
Can I have a furrow and a? I actually have a furrow. I'm gonna use in like an hour, but yeah, just something to cover my head a little, maybe like something that hides my armor and my dagger.
So you want a travel cloak? That
Yeah.
you're wearing. Okay, so disguise. Nice. Cool. All right.
I try to find some sort of like wooded area outside of the town and stay pretty far away.
You and Parathrax, you want to do this? Stay away?
Yeah, I can. I will open to the group and
All right,
and
Okay, so
Say- we
first of
should
all,
probably
for the
stay
evening,
away.
Davin created a disguise. We're going to get time
Yeah.
passes, night rolls around. It's now 7-ish in the morning, sunrise. You rise to make your way into Phandalin. You can take your actions.
Okay.
Orthrin, you want to go into the woods.
yes. if my brother and I are going to stay behind, it would probably be good that we don't stay in an open field, that there's any sort of wooded area around town that we could hide in.
So most
for
of
the
this
time
area
being.
is plains-ish. There are some little outcroppings of larger, more dense vegetation. You can probably stay something about 1 kilometer from Phandalin if you want. But to get there, you have to get about 1 kilometer from Phandalin. You guys okay with that?
Yeah, oh yeah,
All right.
that's far
So
enough.
as you're approaching Phandalin, about 1 kilometer down the road, you see a spike next to the road. On the road, on the spike, is a head. And attached to the spike is a red cloak.
I take off my red cloak that I had on my red brand disguise.
Okay, so you're taking the whole disguise off or just the cloak?
I'm just gonna take that cape off that they have.
Okay, so you're still kind of what appears to be a grubby, smallish human wearing just a regular tunic. Horns are covered
So,
magically.
Era, you think this means that the red brands have been taken care of?
I don't see why not. It looks like they're not happy with the red brands. I'm definitely not going to stroll in there wearing a red brand disguise. That's
Gungren walks up to the post and kind of shakes it. And, is what you're talking about? And he's shaking its head around.
yes, that's it.
Well, hopefully they've been dealt with.
Looks like they're kind of not a problem anymore.
Great. Guess we can just march in. Do be careful because this may have happened in the past day or so. Just be careful of people being up in arms. Try not to stir up too much.
Yeah. So I guess we will all try to enter town.
Okay, cool. So you make your way down the road, and as you're passing, you're about 1 kilometer away, and at about maybe 500 meter-ish increments, so a couple more spots, there are more heads, about 6.
Okay.
So 1, then a couple, then 3, and as you're kind of making your way to the town, all of the red brands that you had ever met in town
Hey.
are on posts.
Cool.
Oh, wow. Shit. Okay, cool.
So
Well
as you
then.
make your way to the town, you kind
We have a
of
lead.
hey,
What's up?
We've got a Swanson.
we've got a Ron Parathrax.
We have a Ron Swanson.
That mustache is so goddamn epic, I can't even
Mustache.
handle it.
Oh, God. It's so good. It's so bad, but it's so good.
Are you back for the duration?
What was that?
Are you back for the duration?
I have maybe 20 minutes, not a whole lot.
Okay.
So
You're on the road with Gungren. Do you want to do anything?
on the road with Gundren to where from
You
where?
have just got to the outskirts of Phandalin and seen that a bunch of red brand heads are on posts on the way into the village. A dagger, a obsidian dagger, willed itself through your brother's hand, drank a large portion of his blood, and you are very pissed about it. I can fill you in more on that later since we have a very small amount of time, but he did it to himself pretty much.
That's not quite the context for me to go off of, so just continue,
Yep.
and I will.
I'll message you about it later.
A lot is happened at the moment. Cool. All right. So as you guys are approaching Phandalin, you can see that the outskirts have been slightly militarized. There are what appear to be a trench dug on the outskirts of the wall. There is a very simple moat with a simple bridge over it. No walls yet, but there are pikes angled on the outside of the small trench with a small bridge. And standing there, clubbing in more of these pikes, is a shirtless Sildar with a hammer in his hand.
All right.
What a base. Yeah, that too.
Sildar.
And he kind of pauses for a moment and he looks around. He's out of breath, drops the hammer. Gungren, good to see you, my friend. I see our friends helped you out. Beastmaster.
Sildar, it seems like the red brand problem has been resolved.
Yeah, you guys mentioned there was a problem, and I think I dealt with it. He's kind of gesturing up the road. And then he kind of
By
kicks a sack.
yourself?
He kicks a sack to the side, and then a bunch of heads roll out of it. And he goes, well, there was some cause for it. They killed Tresendar. I had to deal with it somehow.
Did you ever find Ulbrich?
No, I have not found Albrecht.
And this Glassstaff figure, is he also dead? Or is he at
He's
large?
gotten away. He's leading these douchebags. I was talking about
Right.
the guys up the road that he's kind of still gesturing to, kind of smiling at, that he's dealt with all of them. He's got a sack full of heads. He booted it. The couple rolled it out. He's going to put down more posts. This was a warning to all of them. They can come back if they want to. I've got more slashing to do, and I can make more of artwork out of them. As far as finding Glassstaff, I have no idea where he went, but I think he went somewhere into the crypts under Tressendar Manor. Tressendar's dead, by the way. So
Shit.
I'm unofficially the mayor of Phandalin.
Well,
Suppose
just
being the
saying.
meta, you need your gear. So I tell Parathras to pull out Sildar's gear from the bag of holding.
Can I roll insight, Sildar?
Sure. What do you want to know?
Just like the truth, you know, if he's lying about anything you said or whatever.
Sure. Are you going to see if he's lying? Okay, go ahead and roll.
Oh God.
6.
There you go.
You don't think
10.
he's lying. You think he's telling the truth, but you really don't know very well.
can I
you
also
see him talking.
roll insight?
Fine. Group check. Everybody roll.
Everybody in the club.
Man, that's a 19.
Um,
Pup is listening to the English comment being spoken. And is responding.
Yep, sorry.
Jeez.
20.
Fucking Pop.
For the
Pup
sake
knows what that.
hold on. For the sake of argument, for Pup doing this kind of thing, she will have to somehow convince Gray of what she's thinking. I will know, and I will communicate somehow. Arrow, what's up?
Can I see if he's charmed in any way or being mind controlled?
Okay, so first we're going to resolve the insight of the group. Collectively, you all believe with some very strong insight he is telling the 100% truth. Has no
Yeah,
idea where
okay.
Glassstaff is, thinks he's in the crypts, has killed every red brand he's found, and has made a beautiful
Perfect.
display of modern art of them. As far as the rest of it goes, Arrow, what did you want to do?
To see if he's mind controlled by anything.
You're going to check for Arcana. You want to see if there's a presence on him somehow.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll.
Damn it. 10.
You kind of awkwardly stare at him, and he kind of looks at you like, what? Exactly. You can't sense any kind of manipulation of any kind or any presence that's other than him influencing his actions. He is just a very tired sellsword who has done a lot of work in this town.
Fucked up a lot of people. Okay.
Silmar, is there a cleric here that we can see?
He takes the hammer and kind of drops it. No clerics in town. I have officially claimed it for the Lord's Alliance. However, by the way, the rest of you, since you've done such a good job with Sildar, if you want to join the Lord's Alliance, I'm fairly sure I can pull some strings.
What exactly
What,
is
what is the Lord's Alliance?
Putting it simply, it is a group of men who desire security and civility in civilization, as weird as that is. And we do our best to secure it. Some call us vigilantes, some call us... These enclave folks like us a little bit sometimes, but only when we're doing things that are aligned with them. We are our own organization. We're mercenaries that don't get paid, to put it simply.
You don't get paid?
Not by anyone offering contracts. We protect those who need protecting.
across the continent or just here on the coast?
It's mostly spread along the coast. We've got a headquarters up in Neverwinter.
It's worth considering.
Speaking of which, Gungren, I've heard rumors about something up in the north in the hills. Something happened a long time ago. Not all that recently, but we're just getting word of it now. We've had our first messenger come from Neverwinter and then send word to us. The Lord's Alliance has been called to do something up in the hills, and I think it relates to your cousin's clan. Gundren's kind of looking at you saying, who, exactly? And Sildar looks back at him and says, we don't have names, but it appears that thousands of dwarves were killed. And he's kind of... Gungren is obviously very physically upset by this. Gungren is a hill dwarf, by the way. Gundren kind of takes this all in and goes, well, if you find out anything more, I'm going to be heading back to Neverwinter soon. My business is here. I need to deal with Wave Echo. Ms. Sildar's kind of nodding, and he goes back to hammering in pikes.
I asked the group, should we give him his armor back? I mean, we have it in the bag of holding. Might as well give it back to Sildar, right?
Absolutely.
So Era reaches into the bag of holding, pulls out sword and armor.
And Sildar, we found your sword and armor.
He once again drops this heavy hammer, which is basically just a giant wooden mallet. Oh, thank you. And he takes it and he puts on the chainmail and kind of dances around a little bit. And he flings the sword into the ground, which seems to sink farther than it should, and stands there wobbling. Goes back to hammering.
No worries. No need to tip me or anything.
You tiefling asking for tips after I did all this. You're funny.
Well,
You still haven't answered me about the Lord's
not too.
Alliance gentleman and lady-ish thing.
Can we have some time to consider that offer?
Of course.
Sure. Sildar, what else can we do in the city? Is there anything else that needs to get done?
As far as needs to get done, I've dealt with the Red Brands for the most part. I have not
Right.
found Glassstaff. I have no idea where he is. Find him for me, and I'll reward you handsomely. As far as the rest of the city goes, I'm going to be fortifying it in the name of Lord's Alliance. Clearly doing Lord's work. Trying to get this place set up so that it can essentially be a small outpost on the way down to what I hope, and he kind of gestures to Gundren, will be a very prosperous region. He kind of turns his head at him a little bit.
I must admit, I'm addressing kind of everyone. The fact that Glassstaff hasn't been found does cause me some discomfort. Someone who's using magic for ill purposes should at least be investigated.
I say we hunt him down.
Well, the last place I saw him was in Tressendar Manor. I have not made it down to the crypts yet. I just took out every one of these dirtbags I could kill. Quite a few. He kind of brushes off his chainmail.
Silamar, do you know what kind of magician this Glassstaff is? If he's hiding in the crypts, is he a necromancer by any chance?
I just think the crypts are a coincidence that they're below ground and out of reach of my sword. And he's kind of whipping around the sword he's been using for a while. I don't know much more than that. Magician is what the townsfolk say, and he's been controlling all of these jerks for some reason. And he carries around a big glass stick. Not really sure what that means.
Well,
So, how did you pick out these many guys by yourself? Did you have any help?
He kind of stands a little taller and flexes. Nope.
shit.
Damn.
And before Sildar's level 20.
So Sildar kind of smiles. Stupid goblins caught me by surprise. This is what happens when I catch them by surprise. And is kind of gesturing around, still kind of swaggering about, all proud of what he's done.
Gundren, how immediate is our concern for Wave Echo? Do you think we have time enough to try to deal with this sorcerer?
As much as I'd like to help, gentlemen, immediacy is my concern. I'm not even concerned about Phandalin. I need to get to Wave Echo. We need to secure that Spellforge. It is not only for the sake of these townsfolk and whatever Sildar is setting up for the Lord's Alliance, but the rest of the coast in general, probably the world. This thing needs to be secured by benevolent hands.
Could we wait until tomorrow morning at least? We could spend the day and night maybe investigating this crypt and then leave on the morrow.
I leave in the morning, with or without you.
Fair enough. Well, everyone else, how do we feel?
It would seem our two options are we either go to the manor now and try to deal with it and forsake rest before going with Gundren, or we rest and we hope to deal with this later, or perhaps meet Glassstaff along the way if he is aware of what's happening. We know
you guys
he's
have been traveling. You are well rested, so
Yeah, this is
nothing to worry about.
right.
I do need to go to town and see if I find some reagents for my spells.
Okay.
Okay.
I hopefully it will not take more than an hour if I'm pointed in the right direction. I'm pretty sure either of these two would know where to point me, and I can find it quickly.
Should we meet in front of Tressendar Manor in 1 hour then?
At this point, it's early morning, right, Dave?
It is about 11-ish in the morning now. You've traversed from where you camped about the remaining distance.
Okay. So
Okay. So I asked Gundren if he knows of anyone around Phandalin who can give me the reagents, anyone who sells spell reagents.
Sorry, you're asking who?
Gundren or Sildar, either of the two.
Okay, you can't ask either. You can ask someone.
Just like say out loud, do either of you two know where I
Sildar's
can buy
still
spell
kind of hammering
reagents?
away with his new chainmail on. Again, he's happy he's wearing it. Gungren is still kind of trying to make his way into town. So he's walking away and Sildar's behind you ish. And you say it loudly enough that they both can hear you. And Sildar goes, I think they might have that kind of thing near Barthen's. There's a couple little new outposts in there. Some people came by to trade, and I kind of kept them safe from these dirtbags, and points around the road and smiles again. Maybe there. Barthen's Provisions. There's a couple new traders. And Gungren kind of shrugs because he has no idea what's going on in town.
Cool. I'll head over there.
What should we do with Saros for the time being?
I'll, right, yeah, we have a corpse.
if there's no cleric in town, I know not where we should send him other than going to Neverwinter once this is resolved.
Well, I think the first thing we should do once we get to town is check on Quellen and see if she's okay and she made it fine.
We can do that while we
Sildar,
wait on Devon.
Sildar, do you know if Quellen's okay? Has she come to any harm? Sildar.
Quellen is fine.
Okay.
She's actually been
Good.
feeding most of the town in my absence. I've been dealing with all of this nonsense, and she's been kind of stepping up big time.
Fantastic. Well, I will be off to the new posts with Devon. New trader posts.
Okay, so you enter Phandalin. We will get the town up so we can see where we're going. Poof! Look at that. Sweet. All right, we're in Phandalin. Nothing, for the most part, has changed. You can't really tell that the battle's been going on here. Stonehill and the Sleeping Giant are both suspiciously quiet from your experience. Barthen's, which is over here, is where you originally dropped off the wagon of provisions for Gungren.
Right.
Without Gungren. So it's the same building, the same everything, but there are some more people that have been trading with it, so provisions have kind of been fleshed out a little bit.
Cool.
As far as the rest of the town goes, everything is the same except for there are pikes around Tressendar Manor pointing at it. And the rest of the town has essentially a very, very makeshift fortification around it trying to keep jerks out.
Okay. Do I, out of everyone kind of milling about Barthen's and trading, do I catch anything magical? Do I sense or hear that anyone's doing trading in magical goods or knowledge?
Arcana? Go ahead and roll Arcana. Arcana.
Arcana? Okay.
Yep.
Boo-ba-doo-ba-doo. 15.
Nothing around. Barthen's is magical itself. As you kind of sense around and kind of probe magically, you can feel that there are concentrations of what appear to be magical something in the storerooms and beneath the counters of Barthen's provisions.
Okay. But I don't hear of anyone like talking about magical items or okay.
No, you can sense magical items, but you cannot see them being traded.
Okay. Well, then
And again, you're going to go in. This is around Barthen's. You haven't been in there yet.
oh, okay. I would like to walk into Barthen's.
Okay, you enter Barthen's. Barthen's greets you. Welcome to Barthen's. How can I help you?
Barthen, have there been any recent traveling merchants carrying things of arcane nature?
As a matter of
Books.
fact, yes, we've had the trade routes reopened thanks in no small part to that Sildar fellow over there. He's kind of claimed the town as his own. I think he's the mayor or something now. Anyway, yes.
Oh, what's been going on? What do you have?
I've got some simple things. I've got a couple potions that I hadn't had before. I have one or two magical artifacts that we can talk about individually if you like. I also have all of these reagent pouches.
If
I raise my hand and I'm like,
gonna say, if Devon is not near me, I like call him over.
how much?
he sees that you're interested. Devon comes over and he pops 3 bags of something. They're basically just simple black cloth bags that are kind of in a bundle. And as you sift through them, you can see that they're individually wrapped little cloth satchels of stuff. A whole bunch of random crap that you can't really figure out unless you spend time with it. But they are what appear to be a standard reagent package for any arcanist.
How much will you sell it for?
I'll give it to you for 1,500 each.
Whew.
Okay.
Shit.
Let's see.
We did just get paid 10,000 gold. I mean, theoretically, we got paid 10,000 gold by Gundren.
As you're conversing with Barthen, Gungren walks in. Where's my stuff, Barthen? And he kind of looks at him, and Barthen kind of gestures, oh, we've got it all. I'm glad they helped you. Wait, they helped you? And he's kind of looking at him. Yes, they helped me. I'm your patron, so you help them as well. He gestures to his stuff, and Gundren's kind of sifting through all the provisions that were supposed to be brought. Comes out with a sack and tosses it to you, and it's got 5,000 gold in it.
Sweet.
So he kind of leaves and goes back, and apparently he's making his way out of Barthen's in general and kind of heading toward town center. You don't really see all this. As far as Barthen's go, Barthen is still trying to figure out and haggle with Davin what's going on, and he goes, 15 was a little steep. We'll say 1,200 each.
How about 1,000?
Roll persuasion.
Oh yeah. That is 25. I have a +9.
Okay.
So he's
Jesus.
buying all your crap from now on, by the way. Barthen's kind of smiles at you and says, well, you drive a surprisingly hard bargain, my friend. And this is my friend who you did help out and patron, so I suppose we can do 1,000 each.
Great deal.
You're buying all 3?
Just one for myself. I don't know if anyone else wants.
Cool. All right, so you count out 1,000 gold pieces, assemble them into a small sack, drop them. He kind of sifts through them, and he pushes the reagent package toward you.
All right, I'm satisfied.
About these artifacts, what can you tell me? What do you have?
What are you looking for exactly?
I'm extraordinarily curious about a multitude of things.
Well, truth be told, I don't know exactly what this one does, but it is very clearly magical. This gem is always cold to the touch, and I don't know why. He pulls out a single silver necklace with a large blue sapphire on it, a single sapphire. And he puts it into your palm, and you can feel that this thing is indeed very cold. Colder than a gemstone would be to the air. It is a cold object.
Right. Well, Barthen, perhaps I can help you learn more about this.
He kind of shrugs and says, well, if you can tell me more about it, I can charge you more
I
about
would
it.
like to see if I can learn anything more about it.
Okay. Well, for the time being, if you want it, I'll give it to you for 700 gold.
Can I try to figure out what it is first?
By all means. He hands it to you.
Okay. So,
Arcana.
Okay. Oh no. Me 7.
Oh my, this is indeed cold. I don't really know why. Get back to him.
Devon, can you tell me anything about this?
I grab it and I attempt to
Persuade
see
it.
what it is. What am I rolling?
Persuade the
You're rolling
information.
Arcana. You're rolling Arcana with disadvantage, by the way. This kind of thing, this is
God
meta, and I'm
damn.
trying to get around that, so you're going to take penalties.
All right, 17 and 19. That's +1 to each, so 18.
On your 17, you can tell that this object appears to have some kind of deeply instilled cold essence in this gem. The sapphire is containing something extremely magically abnormally cold.
Okay.
So it appears that
700
this.
gold.
Well, I relay the information.
Really, what? You're saying that out loud? Davin says this kind of thing out loud, and Barthens is listening, and he's kind of smiling to himself. 1,000 gold.
I turn to. Oh, God.
You said 700 at first.
But you gave me a free
I'm
divination over
sticking
here.
at 700.
It's 1,000 gold. Roll persuasion. You're the one heckling.
Barthen. Persuasion. Fuck me. 10.
10?
I've rolled below 5 for
Oh,
9 out
a
of
businessman cannot make money off objects he doesn't know about. I was quoting you for something. I knew it was magical, didn't know how. Now I know it's very special. 2,000 gold.
Is he interested in starting the Barthen Slayers by any chance?
Barthen's Bruisers.
Gonna have an S and a B.
Yeah.
Shit.
BS.
Yes.
I put the necklace back down on the desk and ask him what else he has.
Well, there is
Like
this.
close to me, like I keep it close to me and then ask him what other artifacts he has.
He kind of rifles through a drawer that is where you felt this magical focus earlier, and you can see that he's going to pull out a rod, put it on the table. He's going to keep looking and pull out what appears to be a small stone.
Okay.
Put it on the table. And the last thing he pulls out is a bundle of arrows, and the arrows. Smile. You can't tell much about them from just sight. But they appear to be fledged with blue feathers.
Okay. The stone, Barthen, do you know anything about that?
Well, it does this, and he puts it on the desk, puts his hand on it, and a large hole appears in the desk. You can look down into it, essentially looking up into the sky.
Wait.
Is this some form of mirror?
A hole appears on the desk that shows what's above us.
That shows a sky. You're looking through a hole
Right, in the desk.
into the sky.
It's a portal. Sorry. No.
Barthen,
Or no.
Barthen, what am I looking at?
I don't really know. It's
Can I-
every time I
I
whack it
try
on
to-
something solid, it makes a hole like this.
I try to put my hand through the hole.
You're gonna reach in.
Yeah.
Okay. Your hand goes in. You feel air on the other side. Hand comes back out.
Does it look like, can I use like passive knowledge? Does it look like the sky above us right now? Like relatively?
It's a different time of day.
Barthen, how much do you want for the stone?
Well, this is very interesting, first of all. I don't know if I want to part with it.
Well, hold on to it for now, I suppose. I'll come back for it.
Wait. All right. For you, 12,000 gold.
12,000.
He's shrugging. Look at this. And he spits into it. Spit comes down, and just goes and comes back out, and then splash on the table.
Do you know anything
You
about
hold
it?
on to that. Oh man, can I think of what I actually have on me? Can I possess a little bag of sand. Can I take some sand out and drop sand into it?
Sure. So you pour some sand into it, and you can see the sand descend, and then pop back out and flop on the table, getting a little muddy with the spit that was left there by Barthen.
Okay. Barthen, I would like you to hold on to that very much, and I will come back for it at a later time. The arrows. What's interesting about them?
Well, the last time one of my scribes shot the target with them, the back of the target exploded.
Interesting. How much are the arrows?
500 each. There's 6
Each per arrow.
per arrow. You want to
And
see the
there are
target?
how many? There are how
Six.
many? 6. Okay. How much would you like for those? 500?
That's the friend's discount. You should see the target. It's barely a target anymore.
Well, Gundren, Barthen. I would like that necklace, and I would like 3 of those arrows
All right, fair enough.
at discount. Could I
Discount
get
was applied
those
already.
for-
You helped my friend. I'm helping you out.
Sure. So that would be 2,500 total.
He smirks at you and says, "Fine," and gives it. He's doing math in his head.
And
yeah,
I
you-
give him 2,500 gold.
It's personal goal for the moment. You don't have the group with you. You can
Yeah,
get
no,
pretty
I'm
much
using
the-
my personal stuff.
Cool. 2,500 gold. You have 3 magical arrows that do something really cool. At least you think. And a necklace with a large-ish sapphire on it.
I put the necklace on immediately.
You can feel it very cold against your chest. It is uncomfortably cold. If you leave it there,
Before.
you'll slowly take damage from it.
Okay. Then seeing that it's painfully cold, I stow it in my satchel.
You can wear it.
And
You
then
can wear it
I-
on the outside of your shirt. That's fine.
Oh yeah, sure.
Bare skin, it's like having dry ice on your skin. That's what it comes down to.
Okay.
Bare scales.
And then I'm off to find Grey Castle.
Yeah, you
Hang
are.
on. Before we leave, would you happen to have? We stumbled upon a studded leather armor, and I was wondering if you had an extra spare or no one around here, really quickly, who would have one by any chance.
A spare of what?
Studded leather armor.
Well, I've got simple armor all around this place. You never asked for that. And he kind of opens another. It's almost like a standing wardrobe. Slides out. He's got a bunch of different outfits lined up. He kind of sifts some makeshift hangers around and throws on 3 very simple leather tunics with kind of studded embankments all over them. Well, simple enough. 200 gold each.
200. They're worth like $50 in Neverwinter. 50 gold in Neverwinter.
$50 hairs.
Well, we are out in the boons out here, and these are decent studded armor.
100.
My discount applied, by the way.
100.
100. That's 50%. Persuasion.
Sorry. Oh God.
Oh, it's only
Oh, you're gonna
19.
love this. 28.
I have a family. He tosses on the table. 100 each. Fine.
Do I know if Era has a studded leather armor?
Do you know if Era has a studded leather armor?
I mean, I've seen her, but I'd never really inspected it. I don't know if I should buy her one.
Role-playing decisions.
That's not meta at all.
I'll take 2.
All right, so you hand him 200 gold, and he kind of grudgingly takes it, wanting that for one of them, let alone 2. Pushes the armor across the table. You can see that they are both moderately sized. One size sort of fits all. It's leather, doesn't really stretch very much.
I take my leather armor off and put that one on instead, and tell him you can keep this.
Okay, yours fits you reasonably well, but you're also a very tall person. And he gives you 10 gold for your armor.
Cool. I take the other one in my hand, and I'm gonna put it in the bag of holding when we reunite with everyone.
Cool. Are you guys done at
That's
Barthen's?
it. Is that sorry?
Wait, what?
Are you done at Barthen's?
Yes, I'm off to find Grey Castle.
Okay. So, Vorthrun, you're going to leave Barthen's and head where?
Fuck, I have no idea.
Right,
We were supposed to go back to where we came from, right? To the entrance and meet with everyone.
We never really said.
That we were going to meet at the manor in an hour.
Yeah, I did say meet at the manor in an hour.
Manor.
So I'll just head to Tresendar Manor then, the front.
Okay, so you make your way around, and you see that these sharpened wooden poles that Sildar's been lining the place with, trying to make a giant porcupine out of Phandalin, have space enough to walk through, and they would appear to resist a charge of cavalry. And I don't know why he's expecting cavalry, but apparently he is. So as you approach, you can see that there are. Do the rest of you want to be there?
We're all there, aren't we? Yeah.
Cool. All right. So for the sake of argument, time has passed. Era, Gray, you are there with Parathrax. Sildar's accompanied you just to kind of see what you guys are gonna do, and is still working on sharpening some of those stakes. And Gungren is there as well. Goes, well, now that we've all arrived, I'm gonna spend some time reacquainting myself with the town. We're leaving in the morning, and says the rest to all of you. And
Gundren says it?
Gungren says that, and he walks away in the direction of Stonehill Inn.
Where do we meet?
Are you calling him over your shoulder? Meet me at the inn.
Okay. Cool.
So you're all gathered
Breakout.
up. Sildar's still hacking away pieces of posts.
Where is
Yes, Thrun.
Where's who?
Sarah's? Where did we put Sarah?
Parathrax still has him on his shoulder.
Sorry?
Parathrax still has him on his shoulder.
Still.
Still.
We need to find a place to put Sarah's. We can't just
That's-
look
let's-
around. all
Let's
over.
take him to the farm with.
Yeah, let's take him back to Alderleaf.
I don't
Yeah.
know. Would Quellen be comfortable with stone corpse?
Probably
Are we
not.
going to bury him?
Well, he's our friend. We can convince her and probably give her some gold. I'm sure she would understand.
She's done so much for us already.
Yeah, it would be quite a burden. What if we take him out to the woods past Alderleaf Farm? It won't be bothered. We can cover him as we did previously. Hey, what does one do with a corpse?
Bury it.
Harriet?
Eat it. Sorry.
Perhaps.
We can.
Sildar, is there Phandalin graveyard?
I know people have been buried out beyond Sister Grail's home, but I'm not really sure. He's still hacking away.
Well, suppose we should deal with that.
I've been burning my buddies.
We're not gonna burn him.
To yourself.
We need to do this quickly. We're running out of time.
I am supposed to go now. I can probably play for like half an hour or more if you guys have time. I'll just go like microwave some food before I start getting ready.
That's your call.
I'm fine with that. If
Okay.
you guys can, if you want, I'll go heat up my food while you guys do this.
Cool.
Yeah.
Brewing thing, and I'll be right back.
To
So-
bury or burn him is to admit utter and final defeat, to not seek out the help of a cleric or to explore the fact that his hand is still glowing with some sort of fey energy. I know not what we need to do, but it seems to bury him would be not to explore all of our options.
Sildar kind of comes over to you guys and goes, "With all due respect, gentlemen, that elf is dead." Glowing gives up your mouth. Walks back to his work.
Can I inspect the glow and the tattoos to see if I can if I know anything about them?
You're looking for Arcana, I guess?
Anything, yeah, but mainly what magical significance they possess.
Let's see what the roll says.
Boy, let's hope it's over a 5, Dave. Okay. Yeah, 21.
21.
7. Yeah, 21.
You walk over to Cyrus, who is still slung over the back of Parathrax, and you calm your brother as he's kind of like, "Why are you walking behind me?" You get to Cyrus's hand, and you're inspecting the dagger and the arm holding it, or loosely attached to it. You go and tug on the dagger, it doesn't move. It is firmly fixed to that hand.
That's odd.
As far as the rest of it goes, the inscriptions on his arm are still glowing. They're faint purple. They look like very luminescent scars. The dagger itself is still glowing that iridescent purpley blue violet color almost. As far as knowing more about it, you know it's magical, and that is where your insight came from. As far as the rest of it goes, you know that this dagger took time to attune to Cyrus. You know that it is attuned to him, and it only glows when he is using it for some purpose. So it is glowing. You know it is glowing. It's got a connection to the Fae. That's where it came from.
Yeah.
That's about all you can get from it.
Okay. It's a stretch, but I think it means a thing. Well, I just nonchalantly call out from behind Maradak. Saros' soul may be bound in the Fae. This dagger he's using is acting as though it's active, but he's clearly dead. There's something in him that this dagger is recognizing. So perhaps not all hope is lost. It may be that figuring out a way to bring him back leads us into the Fae.
What if we, for the time being, rent a room at Stonehill Inn, leave him there, and simply cover him with sheets and lock the door?
We can't leave a rotting corpse in an inn.
What if we go buy some incense first and light it in the room?
That's still
What's
a
the last
terrible
one?
The
idea.
Italian approach. I love it. Cover with smelly stuff.
It'll only be for a couple of hours.
But then what are we going to do when we have to go with Gundren?
The only person that I could think of that would know more about this is Radolf. We should have seen Radolf on the way into town.
It's not really on the way.
Well,
He was further north.
closer
anyways.
than we were, closer than we are now.
Sillamar, we recognize he is dead, but we believe there's still to be something done for him. We cannot carry him into Tresnar's manor to deal with the potential Glassstaff issue. As the mayor, is there anything that you can do for us to keep him intact and preserve him for the time being?
When he says mayor, when you say mayor to him, he kind of perks up a little bit. It's kind of like, that's right. I suppose I could keep him out of the ground if that's what you want.
As strange as it is, that is what needs to happen for the time being.
Yeah, I'll keep him at the Costa where I've been staying. I'll put him in a closet.
It's a bag of holding.
Yeah.
Pardon me, Dragonborn.
I have an idea. Soldar, are there two people with which you would trust your life that could carry him to Thunder Tree?
No.
Okay then.
Sorry.
I'm out of ideas.
All of my agents are out of town. The only person in this town I really truly trust is Quellen. As far as Tresendar, he's dead. I am his replacement. Smiles.
And you're doing a fantastic job so far, may I add.
Glowing again, inflating his head.
Well,
it seems we leave him now. We can only hope that whatever's happening in the Fae continues, and that there is something we can do for him. Otherwise, he is dead, and he won't get any deader on our end.
Can I, if I would know anything about this, try to reason? Like, would I know the normal like decay rate for a corpse, and could I tell if he's decaying at a normal rate or if it's been like postponed by anything?
Okay, we're gonna roll insight twice.
Okay.
Wouldn't that be more medicine?
Kind of. This is reasonably applied to everything. So the reasonable rate of decay of flesh is what we're talking about here. It could be medicine check if you wanted it to be. For now, we're just gonna do insight twice.
Insight. Okay, insight number one. You want them one after the other?
Oh, tell me the first one first.
Insight number one is 13.
Okay, so
insight number. Okay.
Medical decay, as far as you understand, of tissue happens over time span of about days to weeks, not months, not years. He's breaking down normally, as far as you can tell. He's becoming a tiny bit bloated. It's a little weird as the tissues break down inside of him. As far as the rest of it goes, specific inspection of body parts can happen. We can talk about that. But for now, the second insight check is if everything is okay.
Okay. 10.
You know he'll keep for maybe a week before he's essentially unrecognizably bloated and decayed.
Can I see if the arm that's attached to the Fey dagger is in any way more preserved than the rest of him?
Roll insight, please.
Inside. Over a 10. Over a 10. Over. Ooh, 23.
For some reason, although the rest of him appears to be bloated, the hand, specifically the hand attached to the dagger, is not as decayed.
My theory.
Do the tattoos seem to be spreading?
No, it's just a tattoo.
No.
So after examining, I addressed the group. I've made some interesting observations. While Saros' body seems to be decaying at a standard rate, the hand attached to the dagger is not decaying. His body may be tethered to this realm through the dagger, or to the Fae through that dagger, but I am concerned if we don't investigate this and go to the Fae somehow, he will decay and wither.
Well, whenever. Oh, sorry. I don't know that. Never mind.
So, if we act now, somehow, there may be a way, but I don't know how to get to the Fae in the first place.
You don't know of any way we can go into there, like any sort of portal or anything?
No, the Fae is not my realm of expertise. Do I know anything, Dave?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so. I don't know much about the Fae. Radolf may know more, but unless there's a particularly astute elf in the area, I wouldn't know. Sildar, does anyone know or have experience with the Fae in town?
Drops the hammer. Looks back at you. What?
The Fae.
What about the Fae?
Does anyone know about it here?
Fae, as in fairy tales. What?
The Feywild.
Doesn't exist, boy.
Fair enough.
Okay,
Well-
goes back to work, exasperated. He's surprised you would ask him about fairy tales.
So it seems our options are we take care of this immediately, or we wait, take care of Glassstaff, and risk losing him further.
We try to bring him back or don't
Or
go to
background.
Mexico, I think.
Well, Gundren is going to be leaving for the Echo Cave in the morning, and we're not going to be able to make it back to Neverwinter in time. So
No.
we have, let's either lose the rest of the mission or bring him back.
And bringing him back would be, there's no guarantee. There's no anything.
I know it may be not of best taste to speak for the dead, but I think if Saros was here, he would see the greater good in finishing our mission, especially if, as Gundren said, benevolent hands finding Wave Echo and securing it could be good for all of the coast and beyond. I think he lived the life he chose, and though we certainly mourn his death, to risk the rest of the mission to save him would, if we were able to, probably frustrate him and have him storm off again after some tirade, to be
Should
honest.
we bury him then?
I still think we wait on that. Maybe good fortune favors us and allows us some other alternative once the mission is complete. We don't know what the decaying process of his hand is going to look like.
Sildar, could we ask you a monumental favor? To find a space to keep his body safe?
Yeah, I told you I put him in the closet. It's fine.
Okay.
At least we'll know where he's
Well-
gonna be.
Just so we're clear, I'm gonna bury that body after about a week. It's gonna get really smelly.
Yes, we understand. We appreciate your generosity in putting up with such a burden for us.
Parathox walks over to Sildar, who's once again shirtless, taking off the chainmail. Gingerly hands him Cyros. Cyros' cloak falls out, and the dagger is still attached to his hand. Sildar noticed this. What the hell's going on with this? Points at it.
It's the reason we don't want to bury him.
It's just a fairy tale, Sildar. It's just a fairy tale.
He kind of looks at you. He's staring at it. Whatever, glowy knife, fine. Walks away.
Grey Castle,
Yes.
I have a gift for you.
Ah.
I pull the arrows out and hand them to him gingerly.
Gray runs his fingers over the fletching and feels the fletching is extremely nice. It's bright blue, almost looks like it is an entire tail feather of blue jay. Doesn't know much more about them, obviously.
But I will say, Bartham told me that when you fire these, they explode. Fire erupts from the target in which you shoot them in.
For role-playing sake, I'm keeping that description, even though it's not what he said.
You said that when it gets shot at a thing, fire explodes out the back of it.
No fire.
No? Oh.
No, just the back of it explodes.
Oh, okay. So you mean like a
Like
like a force explosion?
I don't know. As far as the description goes, that's what you described to Gray. So go with that.
Sure. Okay. I tell him as accurately as I can what Bartham told me.
So
And,
there's no fire, but still explosion?
That's what I understood as well, yes.
Hold on. This is Vorthern and Gray talking. Vorthern just told him that when you fire an arrow at a target, target explodes in flames. Not what happened, but that's what Vorthern told Gray. Gray now knows this arrow will explode. In a fiery cascade of non-truth. That's what happened.
But I wouldn't know to correct myself. God damn it.
Can I roll insight to see if he knows what he's talking about?
No, you can't. You can. I mean, fine. Go ahead.
No, I'm kidding.
DC 28.
Yeah.
I would like to inspect what exactly is in the pouch I just bought.
Okay.
How can I use it and whatnot.
Right. Go ahead and rifle through it. That's fine. Roll insight.
And can I? Nah, never mind. I can't
22.
Yeah, as you rifle through it, you see things you recognize from your spell training. Your training as a bardic spellcaster. Lots of simple magical artifacts in here. It is a reasonably comprised component pouch. There's plenty of things in it. Anything reasonable that a arcanist would carry for simple spellcasting that would take the place of an arcane focus would be in this pouch.
Okay, so it'll be pretty much like anything that's not an incredibly rare reagent, I can use this
Correct.
instead.
And once you use it, in this case, when you use them, they are used up if the spell uses them up.
One of each.
So, all right, just going around. This pouch has a whole bunch of arcane objects in it that you can use for casting. If the spell talks about using them up, it will use them up in this case, and you'll need to go find
okay.
them.
But if it's
But if
If
it
it's an
does
arcane
not use
focus,
them up,
for
I can
example,
keep
the arcane
casting.
focus does not consume those objects.
Okay.
That's only if they're consumed.
Okay, great.
There's not going to be
Awesome.
many of those kind of things in this pouch. There's not a bunch of diamonds, nothing like that.
Okay, cool. Got it.
should we investigate the manor then?
Let's head on there.
Great.
Before we do that, actually, before I forget, Ira.
Sorry, Dave, I can't hear you.
Yeah, wait.
One sec, Davin.
Dave.
From the whisper from Gray, you can take one extra point toward your goal. You have 2 so far.
Yep. Great.
Davin, what's up?
Oh, I just tell Ira, and I just say, so after seeing the armor that the bugbear was wearing, I bought one of these. It's a studded leather armor. I don't know if you have any use for it.
Oh, darling, that's so sweet.
Aw.
The armor I already have seems to be the same as this armor.
Okay.
If I
fine.
can hear that, I say it would benefit me if that's all right.
All right. I just give it to Grey Castle. I guess you don't have to wear a disgusting leather armor now. From the bugbear.
It would.
It certainly smells better than what I have on now.
Okay. Sweet. Gray's got new armor.
Woo! Onward.
For the sake of time, we're running out of time. As far as the rest of the thing goes, we should figure out what to do next for next session. That was the whole kind of point of this one.
Going into
by the way, chat, we are
Manor.
reconvening tomorrow at 6, 5, 1.
1
Wait,
p.m.
wait,
CST.
wait.
1 p.m.
would be great.
CST is the next session
Yes.
for us tomorrow.
Right.
We're doing
So
a D&D
we-
bang bang.
Are going into Tresendar Manor.
Yeah, so we're going to stand right outside the manor. Tomorrow we're going in, and then we are getting the next morning to go to Wave Echo.
Yeah.
Yep.
Someone else is gonna die.
If you want, we can load in, or we can just stop here. I don't know.
Cool. All right. I'll give you a quick glance at where we're going, just because it's fun and I want to, because I've worked on it.
Are we at the manor
The
yet?
glass staff is level 25.
Boop. We're gonna go here. And what can you guys see? Hopefully,
Black
Big
square.
stars.
Good.
Oh, thank goodness.
This makes me happy. We're gonna put you right there. And
Oh, those are just barrels, thank goodness.
I can't see anything.
don't move. Don't you move.
I can't move anything.
Not you.
Oh.
This
Barrels.
place looks awesome.
Stop, pup.
I was making sure I had control of both. That's
Yeah,
all.
whatever.
I just want to make sure.
This black screen is super awesome.
I'm working on it. Hold on.
I do love a good black screen.
Show you a black screen.
Super high res.
Very high.
Oh, that's sad. There's a Cyros token over here.
Oh,
Oh.
Ooh, Dave.
What?
Before, can I do something else in character before we end?
Yeah, nothing's happened.
Okay, I want to take out that elven statue, and I want to ask it if the dagger I have, if it's able to be attuned to me.
Okay, the dagger that you have, the obsidian dagger.
The obsidian dagger.
You're asking it a simple question of yes or no answer, which is, can this dagger be attuned to me?
Yes.
Okay, let's figure out how augury works exactly. 1 sec.
Oh God, magic 8-ball. Here we go.
That's your one question. That's it.
Yep.
Fuck you, Brian.
in before Dave just uses Discord bot.
You don't know.
Chatbot done. Okay, so you pull the statue up, you hold it. You can see that the winged figure is gilded and beautiful, and it's almost staring back at you as you ask it a very simple question. Yes, Era.
I'm doing this away from everyone, so no one is. I'm trying to do it secretly, so no
Fair
one.
enough. Okay, ask your question.
Does the obsidian dagger that I got from the doppelganger, am I able to attune myself to it?
The statue glows for a moment.
Man, Brian.
The eyes that were looking at you and kind of looking for a question, almost like ask me, they glow and pulse a little tiny bit, so a little bright light, and you feel inside your head,
Wheel Amlo.
Uh-huh.
So what does that mean? Does it mean like it's undecided?
no, it has decided and has given you a very clear answer.
Okay, so there's a positive and a negative to it.
You can meta the crap out of that later. You can look into it, whatever you want. Point is, your question is used. It has given you a very clear answer to a very clear question. Good job. That was sweet. All right, and you guys are kind of hanging out at the door. It looks like there's 6 party members, but there's only 5. So,
Yeah, how do you get 17
All right.
AC?
Yeah, how do you have 17?
what are you talking about?
Sorry, in the chat I was saying so I was looking up with armor. For studded leather, it's an armor bonus of +3, and then you get your dex on top of that. So I have 4, so that's 17.
Wait, I thought it was 12, and I have a +3, so I have 15 now.
That sounds right. Should be 12 plus 4.
Yeah.
Why was it more?
I'm looking at D&D wiki, and under armor, it has
In the playbook, it's 12.
It's 12 in the handbook.
Okay, never mind. This is total crap.
Like, I have 12 +3.
It should be 12. It should be 12
Okay.
standard AC plus your.
I should have bought studded armor, I guess, if that actually makes my AC better.
I don't think you can wear light armor, can you?
Yeah, I'm wearing light armor right now.
I think you can only wear light armor.
Yeah,
Oh, do you not get a dex modifier then?
my dex modifier is 0.
But if you have a leather armor, it should be 11, I think.
Yeah, my AC is 11.
Oh, I thought you had a 10. Never mind.
Okay, well then
But studded,
I'll
like,
put the armor I had on before back, and you have Vorathrin's studded leather armor.
Real quick, for the sake of the chat, if you guys want to go meta real quick and describe extremely briefly your class, your race, and who is playing who. Name extremely like 1 sentence backstory, nothing else. Starting with Era, go ahead.
Okay. Hey guys, my name is Brian Hagan. I'm playing Era, who is a tiefling rogue. Basically, she is on the run from the Thieves Guild, and that was controlled by some sort of demonic deity. And her background is mostly charlatan, so good at disguises, good at disguising herself. She's also an arcane trickster.
Cool.
Cool.
Thank you. V?
Hi, everyone. My name is Paul Gamilla. I'm playing a dragonborn warlock, Vorathrun Verthasathergeish, and he is a ancient elder one, if I'm saying that right, deity, and his deity kind of takes tolls from him in terms of visions. So he's obsessed with witnessing and having these visions, and yeah.
All right, Parathrax is Vorathrun's brother, another blue dragonborn. He's a paladin, extremely lawful good to a fault. It's great watching them interact. More than that, we can have him explain maybe next time. Grey Castle, you're up.
Yeah, great. My name is Phil, playing Grey Castle, a human ranger. His family and village was killed by a necromancer and a bunch of undead. He was found by the Emerald Enclave and has been raised and trained by them. And so he seeks their goals, which is preserving the balance of nature and society, as well as hunting down anyone that would dare be a necromancer.
Cool.
He is lawful neutral.
You guys are way better at some reason.
Cyros Aishvalar was a high elf, a rogue, very bouncy rogue. Got himself killed recently. Very fun character to watch, but he is gone. They were trying to deal with his corpse earlier. He is extremely chaotic, behaves following his own conscience and not much else, and has very strange, although severed ties to his religion. Yeah, Davin.
Hi, I'm Andres. I play Davin Silvertongue. I'm a half-elf bard, lore bard specifically, of the gypsy background. Basically, never had a family. His family was always the caravan he was traveling with, and he landed with this party that he is known for a week.
Woo! Thanks, guys. All right, so everyone watching, we're going to be on tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Please tune in. It's going to be pretty cool. They just entered the basement-ish area of where a whole bunch of brigands were kind of militarizing a town and taking control of it. And they're going to figure out what's going on in there. But they are in the quest for the lost mind of Phandalin, and they're trying to find the Spellforge. So
we're just really bad at staying on track.
There's plenty of roads to explore. That's the whole point. Pull on some strings. Figure out what's going on.
Woo!
All right. Ending this
Good night,
video.
guys.
Hopefully we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Bye, Bob Ross.
Bye.
Enjoy yourself, Dom.
See y'all later.
Or Andres.
See you tomorrow.
See you guys.
All right. Stream's off. Nice job, you guys. That was real good.
Okay, so wheel and woe. Is that
Summary.
what you said?
Oh, sure. Yeah. Okay. So the way augury works, you don't get clean, perfect answers. You get very much 8-ball answers.
But
So
they're accurate though. They're not
they
like
are 100% accurate.
Okay.
It is
100%.
a divine kind of sight that is telling you in your head, you have wheel for good results, woe for bad results, or both. And then if it didn't want to tell you anything, it would have said nothing. It wouldn't have given you any answer, and it can do that. Wheel and woe means there are both good and bad results of what you're describing.
Okay.
So yes is the answer. You can possibly attune to this thing with both good and bad results. So yes.
I am not gonna like this at all.
Sounds right up Era's alley.
We're gonna fight.
Anybody have any questions?
Good session. No, I don't have any questions.
It's a nice quick one. Trying to get back on to the next step for everybody.
Yeah. My summary was shit.
You guys are fully within your capacity to choose exactly how the story plays out and everything. But I have made with Michael many routes for re-entry of him.
Ooh.
Maybe not necessarily as Cyros or something, or maybe that's not even possible. Probably, maybe. Point is, Michael's still going to play with us, and we have a very, very interesting, very cool. I really hope you guys like it and get to it. Route for his re-entry into the game.
Is
Okay.
is
So,
Paul
but
on
he's-
the right path?
I will not tell you crap.
Damn it.
I've already tried, guys.
I really think I am.
This is a closely guarded secret, and it is awesome. Michael won't tell you shit either. I'm gonna
Can I roll persuasion?
try. You can try.
Um, Wait, so just to confirm, so Michael, is he making a new character to join us?
I'm not telling you crap. He is.
But you said he's going to
100%.
keep playing with us.
He's 100% going to keep playing with us. He's going to maintaining his playing with us. He is not here. Stuff reading.
I just was looking at the.
All right, fine. I've got my. I'm gonna close these.
I was not. I promise I wasn't looking at the wiki.
Go
or anything.
away. Okay. Going to keep playing, definitely. He is out for this week, obviously, because 1, he's dead, and 2, he's busy.
He's in Austin. With
Next
the wife.
week, he may kind of poke in and see what's going on, but I don't expect where these resolutions can happen to happen next week, or this week, or next week. It'll probably happen the week after.
Okay.
So that's where we are.
You're muted, Anders.
Oh, thanks. The only thing I'm finding really hard is to kind of roll.
It would be hard to roleplay when your internet craps out on you.
Bye.
Bye, Felicia.
That's perfect.
Can I see your player handbook?
Yeah.
I trust that everyone was right on the hour.
I so think-
And my Chrome crashed.
I
That
heard
was
the same.
hilarious.
I'm so convinced.
The only thing I'm having a hard time is like role playing as what we should do. Should we just like you're gonna take care of it? We're just gonna like play it out from our perspective.
Yeah, I mean, we know that he's dead, and we want to bring him back. I mean, that's our characters want to do that. I don't think we should stray away from that, though.
No, you can do
Yeah.
you can do precisely what your characters would do as far as dealing with this body. Something's weird about it. You don't know how it works or why it's working that way. As
Okay.
far as your choices go, you make your choices. I've got a lot of different routes for this to possibly happen.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
All right.
Sounds good.
So how many viewers did we have today?
What's up?
How many viewers did we have today?
8.
Wow.
Yeah, we had
Oh,
8
wow.
the whole time. We had a peak of 10 and a trough of 4.
Was the chat busy?
Chat was not busy. There was a little bit of questions from. The reason I had you guys give a little expose on yourselves was because somebody asked about the classes and they weren't here at the beginning to see the splash screens. By the way, did any of you see the splash screen?
No.
No.
I think I saw the last YouTube video.
I've been changing it every time, but Cyros was crossed out today.
Oh,
No.
so sad.
So it's,
Really?
I'll pop it up, and you can see it in the YouTube link. It'll be the description page. It'll have all of the normal splash screens, like normal, and then it's normal, and then X.
Rip.
But all they are is the tiny cue cards that I made for you guys with your symbol in the corner. It says class
Super
race,
cool.
all that kind of junk.
Maybe
I'll make them better. I'll probably have a rotating one soon. I'll be able to build in the Streamers Workshop thing over here, the open broadcast software, a rotating set of images, and I'll have one for each of you that can have at the
We need
beginning.
to do that for all too.
And at the
Maybe
beginning of every
we
episode for about half an
could-
hour, I post that so people seeing stream starting soon and they see the splash screen of who you guys are. Problem is we don't have them on screen while we're playing. I'll work
Right.
on something like that soon. I don't really know what to do about
Could we do something like? Hang on.
what?
that.
So if I do something like this,
Oh, for fuck's sake, Jesus fucking Christ! We're trying to say the same sentence 6 times. I'm just gonna say it.
Hey, Dave.
Make- We should make like just short descriptions. You can just put them like in the YouTube description.
Sure.
That would be useful.
Yeah, totally can.
Look at my name.
That kind of thing works unless you have a name like Paul's.
Yeah, which is Vora through in.
Or in.
Which is fine. That kind of thing's okay. I want to match your colors with your tokens. They should describe well. And the whole point of the token is to show what you are. If people
Yeah.
are looking at them, it doesn't matter. Like
Mhm.
Era's very clearly, if you get close, got horns on her head in the token, and she's kind of magical and has some knives. To me, that's Tiefling Rogue. V, you're mystical as crap.
I am a deer.
You're a deer.
mythical.
Donovan has a
Greg
lute
also
and a
is
hat, which is
deer
sweet.
character.
So, yeah. I'll work on it. I'll try to figure it out. Rotating splash screens probably work. I'm also going to set up some better. Right now, it's a border with our name at the bottom. I could shrink that down so that our play area is smaller, and then I could have those same cards. Could have very short descriptions. Not really sure yet.
We just need to hire a live team that can pull stuff up as you're talking
Yeah,
about
Critical
it,
Role
like Critical Role does. Yeah.
Bastards.
Yeah, totally.
Not
So
fair.
We just hire the Critical Role production staff.
Guys,
Yeah, I
I'm
was
so
seeing
mad.
their
The
stream the
company
other day.
that
They have
runs
like
Critical Role,
26
not Geek and Sundry, but the company above them is hiring a social media manager, and they need more user experience than I have. And I'm so mad.
You should like.
It's also in LA, so that's
I'm
not something I'm
actually
supposed to up,
super
but-
LA is Louisiana. It's fine.
So,
yeah,
so
exactly.
let's buy a production team.
Is Geek and Sundry in Austin, Texas? Is it?
No, they're in LA.
Oh, they're in LA. I thought they were in Austin.
They all
Hey Dave, do you know if you can do the same thing that Phil had, where when we're muted, we have like this red thing like right here?
We don't know why that's not there because I was running off of Dave's account. So my best guess is because I created that campaign more recently, that's something they've embedded. So it'll be when we start the next one that's not LMOP, we'd have it.
Correct. And by the way, LMOP has been a skeleton, but it is also restricting. There are so much more things I want to be doing. So the next step, once we leave this quest line, is going to be way different and a lot more fun, I think.
Sweet.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
this-
you the Curse of Strahd.
I mean, it's an introductory campaign, so it seems pretty linear and stuff.
It's I've added a whole bunch of crap to it. You guys have been kind of spiraling for some fun.
Yeah, I mean, we.
No, yeah. But like the start of it was like you go, you get ambushed, you.
Yeah, the LMOP quest line is leave Neverwinter, get waylaid, figure out goblins, have dude, save dude, go to the Spellforge. We've done like
Okay.
5 different awesome things.
Yeah.
So we are like satisfying a lot of the stuff you've added.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Not all of it,
That's
but
good.
I don't expect you to. And I'm gonna save those for later. Those are cool. Don't worry about that.
Yeah. It was. I was explaining D&D to Erin that I'm kind of seeing, and I was like, so the DM makes a campaign, and XYZ happens, and she was like, but what if you don't do the thing? I was like, he has to roll with it and do it on the fly. And she was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah,
it's
you're
really
never so
hard.
painfully aware of that until you DM yourself, and you like it. We were playing at like 6 o'clock on Monday, 3 p.m. on Monday. I go, shit. There's a staircase on this map. If they see the staircase, they're gonna want to go down. And I
Yep.
spent the next 3 hours figuring out what's underneath the stairs.
And that is why
And they haven't found a staircase yet. So,
the end of the earth.
spoiler alert: there's a staircase somewhere.
Dave was amazing.
I can't wait for you guys to try it.
Yeah.
It's
That's
a
why
lot
David's
of fun. I cannot wait for you guys to try it. All of you have expressed
I-
interest. We're gonna do it.
I really want to do a one-shot, a one-off, but I feel like
Revenge of the Owlbear.
He's back.
no, because I just like the way that I want to do it is making it like just gruesomely difficult,
It's fun.
which not everyone's
Wait till
into.
we get to like level
It's
5
like
or
you
6.
and Lee are related or something.
Yeah.
Paul, you'll appreciate this though. Paul, the first encounter I had them do, they went through. Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
They went through some Fey Woods, and so their first encounter, nothing violent. They just had pixies throwing wisdom saving throws at them the whole time. One of them got turned into a sheep. 2 of them lost control of their turn.
That's
One of them
amazing.
got charmed, and several of them almost got put to sleep.
Oh,
That's really
Paul,
funny.
I made a 100% stupidly OP, just all offensive spell, nothing else, sorcerer. He's so much goddamn fun, and he's so quirky and weird.
And it's
like-
glass staff.
God, no, I mean, yeah.
And we're all
I
gonna
wish
die.
we had streamed that,
It's
not
glass.
for me, just so we could
I
have the character
should have
stuff.
had it too, but sorry.
Yeah. That's
Yeah, his
sweet.
name's Amara, and he's nuts. Like, just goofy as shit, and 0 defensive spells, 0 HP, just 100% glass cannon.
He's
You made
balls
this
to the
as a
wall glass
player
cannon.
character.
Huh?
Yeah.
You made this as a player character.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I was DMing, so he has someone to play as now.
Okay, I thought you were doing Gil.
Nope.
Sorry.
We've got Era's a Witcher, pretty much.
Yeah,
right.
Close to it. Lee's character is better than Parathrax, by the way.
Yep.
Really?
Zephyros is amazing. It is
Yeah,
absolutely
that's
amazing.
awesome about it.
Accents flawless. character choices are really hilarious
Well,
and weird.
Fortunate that his ult is more
Well,
interesting.
But
than-
the good news is once we get to the guild, we can say, hey kids, we're doing Curse of Strahd, pick who goes.
Yeah.
So if he likes
Yeah.
Zephyros more than Parathrax, Parathrax can just chill and be a side quest character.
Yep, the meta thing will happen, and you can develop what you want.
that would really suck. I don't know. It's interesting.
This campaign's not going to stop. I will DM. All right, so I have a huge story arc that is
I see what Phil means.
years
Sorry,
long,
I misinterpreted that.
and you're tickling the surface of it right now. You're starting to get some kind of clues. Starting very,
Right.
very, very primitive clues.
Teardrop.
You might have to tell us a few more times.
Maybe. As far as where this goes, there are villains on my desk that are unpainted for a reason.
Yeah.
They only get painted when they get killed in Dragon's Next.
Wait, that's not the dragon?
This is what you killed.
Okay, thank goodness.
Dragon.
Haven't killed it yet. That's Venom Fang. Haven't painted it yet. But there are other things that Phil shouldn't be looking closely at.
I can't see them, so we're fine.
There is a major conflict happening on this continent, and you guys are going to find it eventually.
Ooh.
So it's not a small thing. It is a big
Yeah.
thing.
And those are things my campaign
Cannot wait to play my ult. I'm super pumped for it.
Pardon?
I just can't wait to play Blue 3, overly cheerful
Blue 3.
monk.
Bros free.
So good.
Blue
That was
3.
another point that Phil brought up that was really true, is that while we were playing our alts, we were much looser and involved. Because
Yeah.
they're not our first, this is our character. Like, this is our baby. It wasn't like that
Yeah.
at all. It was totally relaxed. It's really
Yeah.
fun. I mean, the
Yeah.
goofiness took over, and it was kind of fun to play with it for a while.
Right.
Like,
I'm
Lee and I played
making
chess the
him
whole time.
Just like stupidly cheery and goofy, and his
Yeah, like-
backstory is totally ridiculous.
My ult
Right.
gets his magic power from a meteor that hits close to his home. He literally talks
pretty
to
dope.
constellations as his friends. Like the constellations are his friends. He talks to them and knows them by name.
Nice.
It's gonna be goofy and awesome.
So I might as well just spoil it out. Dave, you'll love this. So Blue's backstory is that his wood elf parents dropped him off at the monastery as a kid. So just super basic monk backstory. And then one day his monk superiors sent him into town to get milk. And then through a long and unfortunate series of events, he was no longer able to go back to his monastery and now travels the land.
That's awesome.
You give a milk some monk.
I'm tempted to make him like a dairy expert. Like he just spent his life
Efficiency in dairy.
like
You see an Albert. I'd
On
like
the
to
hunt
roll for
for-
milking.
Can I milk that?
like a craft dairy brewer.
I'm 100% fine with you asking the DM to milk things all the time. Totally fine.
That'd be so
Can
funny.
you milk me, fucker?
Milk
I mean,
and test this
fucking-
cow.
Doc is taking teeth from stuff. Do whatever you want.
I miss Thok.
Speaking of, I have 4 dragon teeth still on my person that I want to give one to talk to.
Also,
Oh yeah.
Bobby's my cousin. I didn't get a tooth. I'm a little unhappy about it.
You gotta earn your tooth, man.
Well, he wasn't there when I killed Venom Fang for you guys.
Yep. Anyway,
I'm really pumped to do alt.
I am a little upset that what's his face said all of us sound like we're in a cave. I have a $150 mic I'm talking into.
yeah, I don't. It's not the case. Not even close. It's probably his stuff. 'Cause
Okay.
On the YouTube is the exact same as
Yeah.
I'm capturing as they're broadcasting. It's totally fine.
Okay.
Well, I mean, you watched it before. Right?
Yeah,
You guys
that's-
sound great.
Yeah, I didn't know if it was a change or something was wrong.
No, nothing has changed. I don't
Hey,
think.
Dave,
Yeah.
Lights and my camera.
would my character know how to, I guess, polish a blade with the poison that I got from Venom Fang?
We'll talk about how you learn that kind of thing.
Okay.
You know how to anoint your blade with oils. That's for sure. As far as getting an oil rendered down from the poison glands you took, that's a whole different thing. So, for example, if you pick up oil of poison, oil of venom, oil of something from a apothecary or a magic shop,
Mhm.
you know how to put that on a blade easily.
Okay.
That's
okay.
simple. As far as getting one and then making something out of a natural material, that's a little bit different.
Since it's 100% poison, that
It
came
is just a
from
gland. You've got a gland from a dragon. You
I
gotta
thought I
figure out-
squirted some into a vial.
Yeah, you did. Okay, so there are glands that you've taken, I think, and you've also squirted them into a vial. You have goo from unrefined
Sexual.
Okay, but I can't
We
put
also
that
have a
on the
dragon
blade.
heart we should have tried to sell. That's probably going bad.
Wait, what?
That's my look. Will be anyway.
What'd you say?
We harvested a dragon heart, and it's probably gone bad by now because we didn't sell it to Barthen.
It's only a couple days old.
Yep.
Yeah.
We'll see. Natural rate of decay of tissue.
All right, guys. I'm
I was
heading
about to say,
out.
now that I'm
Enjoy
an
your
expert.
day. See you, Davin.
Hey, guys.
Andres, Davin.
Okay.
Davin, Andres.
Oh, by the way, I rolled 2 new spells for my Abysmal Arcana after we took the long rest. Just to let you know.
Okay.
So I lost.
Because you change.
Yeah, I lost Spare the
Warrior.
Dying and Thunderwave.
Spare the Dying.
Spare the Dying was super OP.
Spare the Dying is really strong.
Yeah, if only you'd rolled